Boys in the back. Boys.
What is good? We are back with another episode of The Boys in the Back. This time Thursday, March 12th. Back on our normal day. We were here on Tuesday as well, or should I say, howdy, partners. I'm 1/3 of The Boys in the Back. As you can see on the bandana, GC joined alongside me as always, the Bandit. Mr. New York Rick, why do we have these bandanas on, you may ask, and these sheriff badges? I don't really fucking know. Nah, I'm just kidding. It is South by Southwest is going on, and Yahoo is there, so our office is all cowboy themed today, and they had a bandana making station, so we made our own custom bandanas. I got a bolo time, and I think we need to address the elephant in the room here. Frankie, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. Am I the elephant?
You are the elephant, but more importantly, at lunch, they were playing cowboy-themed music, country music, blaring through the speakers, and Frank was like, "Yeah, $10 we hear strawberry wine before this meal ends."
They're playing it right now. I could hear it.
And I was like, "I'll take you up on that." And he was like, "Seriously, guys, $10. We hear strawberry wine before this meal's over." I was like, "No, seriously, I'll take you up on that. That's a bet. $10 that we don't hear strawberry wine."
My favorite part of this was Dan says, "Don't you mean Tennessee whiskey?" And I was like, "That's not the same song, bro."
Yeah, it's not the same song. We never heard strawberry wine.
Apple Pay.
Yeah, we never heard strawberry wine. So whenever you want to
send it in the mail, Frank. Send it in the mail like pizza.
Nah, that's weird. Can you pull the shit off your mouth now?
No.
The whole point of doing this is supposed to make your identity unknown, and it has your fucking initials written on it. Not to mention we had a lower third.
This could stand for anything.
What's actually funny is that none of those letters are any of his real initials.
Yeah, and also, my name is actually Earl, son of a gun, James.
Oh yeah, we got custom cowboy names. Cactus Cackleberries Bracket.
Yeah,
I feel force the basketball in there. It's a real shit name.
I feel like mine's a little better.
Shout out to the great people of Yahoo at the bandana making station. They were like, "What are you gonna put on there?" I was like, "Oh, my initials." And she was like, "Oh, GC, what does that stand for?" I was like, Gary
Coleman.
And she said, "Gary Copeland, like the referee?" And I was like, "What the fuck is that?" So big times here at Yahoo Sports. Bracket Madness starting next week. We'll have an uncrowned bracket pool for everyone to join. Jokes aside, let's get to the serious business, people. We got a big show planned for you. UFC Apex 114 preview. We will be meticulously breaking down every single fight on that card. It certainly is a card pound for pound this week in honor of many people being let down by the White House card. Pound for pound letdowns, whether that be in life, whether that be an event, a movie, an album, daily things that just let you down, a person that let you down. It's up to your own interpretation. We'll get to that later in the program. Let's start with some news and notes, though, from around the world of combat sports. We got some major announcements last night in the featherweight division, 145. Arnold Allen will be fighting Melky Costa at UFC Vegas 117. This according to AG Fight. You can see the graphic there from championship rounds. At the Meta Apex, it hurts to see Melky Costa in this run that he is on, and he is getting stuck in the Apex against Arnold Allen. And then on the flip side of this, Arnold Allen exclusively fights killers.
Arnold Allen is taking on like the hardest fights, no doubt in my mind, and respect and appreciate him for being game and always being willing to take on that challenge. And also for Melky Costa, this is a step up, right? This is another elevation in the level of competition, and a guy that, if he can get past, tells us another brand new thing about Melky Costa. So far, as the stakes have ratcheted up, he's met them and exceeded them. If he gets by Arnold Allen, that to me tells me he's ready for like title contention talks and real opportunities to put a stamp on this. The only pushback I'll have against the idea of like him being stuck at the apex is he's getting a big time fight, right? So I think regardless of whether this is at the apex or, you know, on a UFC numbered card or whatever, this is the type of fight that can make you into a star and make you into somebody that like the fans know and are nodding toward that title contention thing. So would it be better with a crowd? Sure, but at the same time, like this is a big opportunity for him, and I'm glad he's getting it.
Arnold Allen, his last 4 years of fights.
Let's hear some names.
Dan Hooker.
Yep.
Calvin Kattar.
Yep.
Max Holloway.
Yep.
Movsar Evloev.
Yep.
Giga Chikadze.
Yep.
John Silva.
Yeah.
3-3 on that run, and now he gets Melky Costa, who is currently one of the hottest flyweights in the organization. 6 straight wins for him. And talk about the activity from Melky Costa as well, man. This will be his 6th fight since February 22nd of 2025.
Yeah, nuts. Like he is showing how you become a top-ranked guy very quickly.
We did get, talk about top-ranked guy, trying to build a little bit of star power. We got an announcement video from Melky Costa, a custom shot at Arnold Allen. This looks like he's in England. Like it looks like he's in a backyard in England. Obviously, the 3 Lions jersey flying there. And then Melky Costa pulls up in the Peaky Blinders outfit.
And we didn't play the music, but there was
it was the Peaky Blinders theme song. Now I have to ask, because I'm old and I'm washed.
Yeah.
Was that AI?
I think it was AI.
I think it was fucking AI.
Who's to check?
And the worst part is, I watched it a couple times, and I was like, wow, this is so sick, man. Like, he's really putting effort into this. And then just watching it there, I was like, wait, this actually looks like he's in an English backyard. There's no way he traveled over to England to make an 8-second announcement video. He kind of looks weird when he walks in. I got duped. I think this is AI.
I also think this is AI, but I appreciate the effort, even if
the
effort was
the effort of the prompt into
putting the prompt into the chat.
Appreciate the prompt there, Melky. Either way, a very, very good fight that I'm looking forward to seeing. You know what I'm cheering for, though. Love Melky, but you know I'm cheering for. We need Almighty Allen back in the win column. Some other news we got from Leo Walker Guimarães. Another featherweight fight taking place in the end of April. Also at the Apex, that's going to be Aljamain Sterling versus Youssef Zalal. We've seen Aljamain Sterling banging that drum to get a title shot. Instead, he gets another one of the hottest featherweights in the division right now in Youssef Zalal. I am seeing that this will be the main event of that April 25th card. It was supposed to be Sean Brady versus Joaquin Buckley. There hasn't been any sort of confirmation, but rumors are swirling that one is now moved to May 9th. It's been canceled on Tapology. Tapology has it now being on May 9th as a rumored event. So it doesn't appear that we will be seeing Joaquin Buckley versus Sean Brady in that main event, and it will now be Aljamain Sterling versus Youssef Zalal.
A good fight, a good main event. Obviously, I think Buckley and Brady was a little more intriguing from a stakes perspective, just from the fact that we already know that, Aljamain Sterling versus Youssef Zalal is not necessarily going to produce the number one contender. We've got a Movsar and a Lerone Murphy fight that feels like the odds-on favorite to be the number one contender. But still, an important fight for this division. And for Aljamain Sterling, who was kind of beating the drum to get a title shot, more respect again. The same way I was giving the respect to Arnold Allen, like he is taking on a young up-and-comer who has everything to gain and nothing to lose, and as far as that side of the equation. And then on Aljamain's side, like he's risking a really nice spot that he has since moving up into this featherweight division against a guy who's very dangerous. So good fight, makes a lot of sense. But yeah, Aljamain Sterling and Arnold Allen are like the type of guys who will say, bring it. Let me see what these guys are made of.
Similar to the Melky Costa run, Youssef's
on fire.
5-0 since returning to the UFC. 4 of those wins coming by finish, and now he gets the chance to put a former champion in the feather in his hat and beat Aljamain Sterling and move into the top 5 at featherweight. This is a guy that was cut when he ended his UFC run on a 3-fight losing streak and then a draw with Damon Blackshear and found himself out of the organization. And now he could be on the precipice of being a top 5 featherweight.
If this hits the mat, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think there's some real potential there because in his UFC return, Youssef Zalal has just shown he is level above most people when it comes to the ground. And then obviously, we don't need to talk about the credentials when it comes to Aljamain Sterling when it comes to the grappling. We saw him in a tit-for-tat, could go either way type battle with Movsar Evloev, who many people think is one of the best grapplers in that division, maybe one of the best grapplers in the UFC. It could be a lot of fun if it hits the mat. I imagine that maybe we see more striking than we saw in the Movsar versus Aljamain fight, but also the fact that this is 5 rounds makes me think maybe we'll see it go different places, right? It could end up in the clinch, it could end up on the ground. We could see them striking. It's a really fun fight, and I'm looking forward to both of these featherweight matchups.
One other report from Leo Walker Guimares.
What do we get?
Is potentially Jordan Santos versus Bisanger Susurkayev.
Oh,
May 9th,
May 9th,
Newark, New Jersey.
Newark, New Jersey.
Bisanger Susurkayev, training partner, good friend.
Who's he train with?
Hamzat Chimaev.
Oh, he trains with Hamza.
Saw earlier this week, Adam Zubairov, who's close to Hamzat Chimaev, tweeting about Sean Strickland after May 9th. He's going to need a wire, cancel all the podcasts because the jaw is going to be wired shut. So it's trending. It's trending towards the potential of that Hamzat Chimaev Sean Strickland fight taking place May 9th in Newark, New Jersey. So that is very exciting stuff. The calendar being filled out for springtime UFC. Thank you, Arman. We'll get to Arman in just a moment. We did get a video released from Cain Velasquez. First video we've seen since his release from prison. Take a listen to what Cain had to say.
Hi everyone. Now that it's been a couple weeks since my release, I've had some time to kind of get back into things, get back into a normal way of life, get used to just doing the normal things, being home with the family, being there for my kids. And I just wanted to thank everybody for their love and support. Your words of inspiration, of encouragement constantly just lifted me up, myself and my family. So I just want to take this time here to thank everybody for the constant support. You have no idea what your words and your encouragement and your love has meant to me and my family. So just thank you. I'll keep doing the work to get back to everyone, and just for myself now, just slowly get back out there without. I didn't want to overwhelm myself with the pace of life that I was getting used to now. All of a sudden, a new way of life, a new way of living, a new rhythm. So for myself, I just had to kind of get used to it, and I've been doing that. So again, just thank everyone, and it's good to be out.
Great to hear from Cain there. Very appreciative of everyone's support. And it feels like he just kind of has to readjust to what life was before this sentencing.
Absolutely, yeah. Like, it's a culture shock to be in prison, I'm sure, and then it's a culture shock to be out, right? You have to adapt both times. It is crazy to just think about the fact that when this all happened, right, when Cain initially got arrested for all of this, like, imagining what the worst case scenario could have been for his life, right? Like, the idea that maybe do we ever see Cain again, right? Is he in prison? What are the charges that he's ultimately going to end up with and all that stuff? To now where we are here, which is a long time, but doesn't feel that long ago, right? It almost feels like it was a short amount of time, this saga, and him getting back into his life and being with his family and seeing how he adapts to that. It's kind of like it's a shock in my mind in terms of what I was thinking when it first happened, and like now to fast forward and see that the resolution to this was Cain is a free man and back with his family is crazy.
Yeah, wishing nothing but for the best for Cain moving forward. Another video that came out kind of shocking to the system as well. Donald Trump and Jake Paul, boxer, influencer, content creator, disruptor, whatever you want to call him, endorsed him? Is that the...
Sure did.
Or just take a look at the video that came out last night.
And God's got us. Trump's got us. God bless. Love you, Kentucky.
Oh, yeah. Frank, resident Jake Paul fan.
No, he's a great guy. He's a courageous guy and a talented guy. He's a hell of a fighter, too, by the way. And I just want to say, I predict I'm going to make a prediction that you will be, in the not too distant future, running for political office. Okay? And you have my complete and total endorsement, okay? No, that's what we want. He's an incredible guy. A lot of courage and smarts.
I knew there was something about Donald that I liked.
And you have my complete endorsement.
Shout out to
Utter,
Jake Paul.
unfaltering endorsement for whatever policies you are already thinking of.
The lean, like he really is just a caricature. It's fantastic. How do you feel about it, Frankie, as a Jake Paul fan?
I'm finally glad that there is enough attention being given on Jake Paul. It's well deserved.
For sure.
As he said, he's a courageous person and a great fighter. And those are the two qualifications to have full endorsement from the sitting president.
What do you think of the pit stains? Through the suit
man,
is fucking
You
crazy.
stand next to the fucking president and not get a little sweaty.
Dude, I'd be sweating,
I'm
but
getting
man,
sweaty just thinking about it.
the full pit stains through the suit is wild, wild work.
It was the first thing I noticed when somebody sent me the clip.
It's courage.
I was like, damn, the shadowing. Wait a minute. That's not a shadow. That's a full-on pit stain.
Oh yeah, no. Like bad pit stain.
It is kind of wild, just the idea of like a universal endorsement. Like
Tan suit.
at some point he will be in political office, and I'm endorsing him. He's early. He's
Amen.
buying early stock on Jake Paul, the political pundit.
Amen.
Or no, not pundit. Like in the arena, the candidate for whatever position,
Whatever position.
that he ends up doing.
How old is Jake Paul? 28?
Yeah, he's not gonna hit presidential for a bit, but
That'd be what? He's gonna be 35 in like 7
7
years.
years.
So like he'd be running him. He wouldn't make the 32 cutoff.
yeah.
So all right, so 36.
But he said political office.
We're
Doesn't have
literally
to be
beating up
president.
babies.
He could be a senator. Senator Jake Paul.
Trump's still gonna be with us in 2036.
Could be a governor.
Easy.
He's getting up there. I'm just saying, he's like 82 or something.
Governor Jake Paul. Why not?
Of Puerto Rico, our 51st state.
I feel like he declared war on Puerto Rico with the halftime.
Full endorsement.
I mean, it was just. I was like you said, shock. I was shocked to see that yesterday. Just like,
Why were they in Kentucky?
well, Trump was doing some kind of engagement there, but
No, I know.
why did Jake Paul end up there? That I have no idea.
I don't either. Shout out though.
Earlier this week, he's doing press conference for Fight on Netflix, asking questions from the audience, from like the media area to Francis Ngannou, and 2 days later, he's
I think they did like a sit down interview as well for like his YouTube channel.
yeah. It seemed because they did the dance right, and they
Yeah.
teased something.
I do love how he never even mentioned political office, and Trump was like, "You're gonna get elected."
Okay, but do remember that we cut to, was it the Super Bowl or was it like a playoff game where they were in the it was a playoff game, right?
yeah,
It was a
yeah.
Pats playoff game.
Him, Dana, and
Dana, and Trump, and it seems like Jake Paul got some actual FaceTime with the president. So maybe they had already been plotting and planning to connect in some way. Jake Paul, man, he's got
Renaissance man.
well, just big opportunities, right? He's in partnership with Netflix through his promotion MVP. He's rubbing elbows with the president of the United States. Like
Fights Tyson, fights Anthony Joshua.
yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy.
one of the most known influencers.
Last night, Wednesday evening,
Yes,
were you watching Hype FC?
I was not.
Did you pay the $29.99 on pay-per-view?
I did not.
I got to say, shout out to my next door neighbor, Jonah. He texted me last night and he was just like, tell me you're watching this Hype FC. Paid the $29.99 for the pay-per-view.
Did you tell him that you were watching Hype FC?
I'm not a lying man. I was like, no, I'm catching the highlights on Twitter right now. Let's go through some of those highlights right now. Bryce Mitchell and Jean Silva in a rematch from their UFC fight in a grappling match here at Hype FC. It got heated right off rip backstage. Bryce Mitchell hits the drink out of his hand.
Yeah, Bryce is just talking. John Silva comes up to shake it.
No handshake. Work or shoot.
Yeah, obvious work.
Work or shoot here.
That's a bullshit.
Once Bryce started butt scooting, I was like, this is a work.
Yeah, that's a work right there to get some eyes on the promotion.
But I like it. I like the idea of Bryce Mitchell and John Silva like being cordial enough to do WWE storylines together.
The Stars were in the house in Brazil. Alex Pereira was in attendance at Hype FC. Okay, I do want to note something. Watch this. Watch this. He's sitting there. He's enjoying himself.
Yeah.
He's enjoying himself. Ooh, damn. Oh,
he got flashed.
Blinding. Let's see that one more time.
He got flashed.
Look at the blinding light go straight into his eyes. I don't know why this is a thing at combat sport events. Fuck me, man. That's what he's saying. He's just like, damn. Why? What's the need?
Alex Pereira off the White House card, blinded by lights at Hype FC.
If you have ever sat lower bowl at a combat sporting event, you're guaranteed to just be getting the whole time. And like I like wear a hat in the audience, so I'm just completely covered. Sitting in the nosebleeds is the best because you don't get
you don't get flashed that
every
way.
3 seconds, and it's in between fights. So if there's like a first round finish and like they kind of need to kill some time, you're just sitting there just taking it just for like 25 minutes. And it's like you're kind of drinking beer, and it's sort of like a weird atmosphere. By the time the next fight starts, you're like, man, my head is like kind of killing me. Like, you wish you had sunglasses.
Damn.
It even happens to the best of us, man. Alex Pereira.
Even Alex Pereira is not immune.
Can you imagine being Tommy Aspinall? You're like walking to the back after you've been poked in the eye twice. And
just-
you get zapped by the lights 3 or 4 times.
Do it right when the guys are about to walk out. There's no need to do it in between the fights.
Don't do it.
I couldn't agree more. Don't do it. But if you feel you have to, do it beforehand.
What are those lights actually like providing?
Blinding lights into people's eyes. It's the worst.
I'm never looking at a broadcast like they don't flash enough lights on the crowd.
You're
And
not
in the
target
arena,
audience for the lights.
are you? Who is?
Not me either. There's some neckbeard out there. As soon as they stop the lights, they're like, I'm not watching the UFC anymore.
Frank's spicy. Today.
I'm
I
actually
it.
I was looking in the chat to see if anyone was backing up the lights. I sat cage side at UFC Des Moines, and the lights were a constant assault.
Yeah.
If I was drinking, it would have been just too much. They're so bright. I can't agree with you more, Dave Sandine. I was at that Des Moines card, and it was brutal.
I will say I've been to quite a few UFC events. That was the worst one I've seen when it comes to that.
Chill on the lights.
The
man.
lights in Des Moines were very intense.
We'll be there in Seattle, and I guess like because the UFC does it or big boxing matches does it, every single combat sporting event feels like they have to do it.
Yeah, let's not.
They're doing it at Hype FC. Let's roll along with the aforementioned Hype FC. Walter Walker was like a promoter for this. He has some sort of involvement with it, but he set up a bare knuckle fight between 2 fans out of the crowd. They're just there having a good Wednesday night, and now they're shirtless, shoeless, in the ring in a bare knuckle boxing match.
Shout out to the Brazilian Beast, Guilherme Cruz.
Oh, shout out to the Brazilian Beast, Guilherme Cruz. They paused the fight for a little bit,
Okay, wait. Here's the question though:
then they started back up.
work or shoot on this?
I'll tell you in just a second. I mean, I saw some big body shots there, big dicks to the body. And then right here, keep an eye on it. Boom. That jab stopped them. It's over. That jab stopped them. We see that a lot with bare knuckle. You get hit in the face and people just want out.
So you're saying shoot?
I'm saying
That
it's
man
real.
got punched in the face and it was a wrap for him.
I have heard reports that broke his nose.
Oh, geez.
If you watch the full video, he's just like, man, come on, what the fuck? And Walter's like, no, get back. He's like, no, man, fuck this. Why am I in here? Why am I doing this? I just wanted to see some grappling, and now I'm in a bare knuckle boxing match.
Why did he get in there if he was not prepared to actually take a punch?
I'm going to guess alcohol was involved, and then he took a punch, and then he was like, why the fuck am I in here? He got peer pressured by Walter Walker.
It's like you're drunk, and then you're sober. The moment that jab hits you.
Oh, for sure. I know that shit.
That other guy was telling that story to a million people later that night.
The guy who won?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I was at Hype FC. They brought me in, and I broke the dude's nose.
I was the main event of Hype FC, and I jabbed this guy in the face.
Speaking of the main event of Hype FC, Arman Tsarukyan is victorious over Islam Makhachev. Lightweight against the flyweight. Lightweight, who's one of the best grapplers in the entire UFC. Obviously, Muhammad Makhachev, very good in his own right, but just too big, man. Gets under the chin, locks in the choke, and I mean, he's in big trouble there. Completely puts him to sleep, Muhammad Makhachev, going limp. And Arman Tsarukyan, victorious at Hype FC. The side quests... The side quests continue for one Arman Tsarukyan.
Yeah, Makhachev was kind of out of his depths there. Like, it's just too big a weight difference. It really
Way too big. One of the strongest guys at 155 going up against the flyweight.
An amazing grappler who's on par with anybody in the world right now. And, you know, Makhachev is a flyweight coming up. So respect to Makhachev for taking the opportunity. I saw on social media, he said, you know, he'd do it again, no problem. Like he just knew he was kind of outmatched size-wise.
I mean, he seems to be taking this loss on the chin. I saw he posted a video apologizing to the fans.
It's a no loss. Like, nobody's going to look at that and be like, oh, man, Makhachev, like, he lost a fucking arm and it was, 3 weight classes.
No, this is not my fault.
It does, to me, ask the question of, like, what was the value of that, right? Like, why are you paying Arman to grapple a flyweight? But because it was originally when they announced it was the Giorgio rematch. Then he pulled out. They're doing that at RAF in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But anyway, they had a lot of UFC talent on that hype card for sure.
Arman gets on the mic afterward and had a couple names in mind to call out. Here's the first one.
But I want real challenges. I heard Dylan Dennis wants to wrestle me, grapple me. Come on, bro, let's do it. Let's make it happen. And I'm not gonna give you this title. I'm gonna smoke you like this. Let's go.
He said, I'm going to smoke you like this, touching his Hype FC belt. Dylan Dennis gets on Twitter, responds, I accept. I'll see you soon.
I like it.
You think we see that?
Yeah, why not? It seems like Dylan's got a little lane here now, right? He's got the match with Colby coming up for RAF, and then that was RAF, right?
Yeah. Colby,
he's got that coming up for RAF.
That's the co-main on the
on the Arman and Giorgio
card.
So he's got that. You do one with Arman. Hype belt a little close to UFC belt, right? Like looks
they're all
a little bit
they're all similar.
But I don't mind
octagon shaped thing, black leather, gold, big your logo there. Yeah, like
I'll tell you which belt doesn't look like it. The one championship belt don't look like it.
Shout out to the one championship belt. Because the one championship belt it was just like, okay, let's do the UFC belt. Old school UFC belt, we'll make it one across it.
3X size.
Make it bigger.
Yeah.
So bigger. Make it bigger. I want this to be a belt that could be worn by a giant.
Whenever the flyweights are holding it, it's bigger than they are.
DJ, whenever he would win it, he would do this thing. He'd falling over.
I mean, it is that big.
It's
yeah, that's cool. I mean, I don't really care that much about it, but it's cool. Like, Dylan versus Arman is like, fine, but this is the problem with all of these grappling matches and why I don't ultimately watch Hype or RAF or whatever is like, I know Arman's a good grappler. It just doesn't do anything. It doesn't prove anything to me. It doesn't teach me anything I don't know. I don't really care about this. I want to see him fight MMA. And it just seems like I love the side quests. People seem to be like, really getting behind Arman as he's doing all these side quests. But at the same time, I need to see Arman Tsarukyan fight for the fucking title. That's the only thing I care about. I don't like Dylan Dennis versus him can be fun. I'm sure they'll sell it. I'm sure it'll be, interesting. But Arman Tsarukyan versus Ilia Topuria is the fight that I want. That's all I care about at this point.
Okay, well, he did have another name in mind, a UFC fighter, a legendary UFC fighter. Here's the other name that he called out.
Tell the name. Who you want to fight next?
I want to fight next Charles Oliveira. Let's go.
He's in Brazil. You hear the blues.
Like very interesting. And what do you think? Are you ready to fight Charles Oliveira in the next Hype FC in São Paulo?
Walter Walker with the interview.
Yeah, shut up.
I was born ready for this, so I'm down any day. So, I wrestle every weekend, guys. And next weekend, I'll be already in Florida and wrestling with the RAF. So, I'm down for every week. So, let me know what day, and I'll be here.
Okay, so here's the question. Was he calling him out to fight him in the UFC, or was he calling him out to, wrestle grappling?
I think he was calling him out in the UFC. The Dylan was a grappling match, and this was, I want Charles Oliveira next. And as I said, the only fight I really care about for Arman is Arman versus Ilia Topuria, because I think Arman is the best lightweight in the world, and I think the only way you prove that is by beating Ilia Topuria. But if my consolation prize is seeing the potential of Charles Oliveira and Arman Tsarukyan rematching, which was a great fight the first time they did it. Arman ended up winning, but it was a very close fight.
Also remember in the first round, it looked like Charles Oliveira was going to tap him out.
And
a lot of people say if it wasn't for the shorts being loose, then he's not getting out of that.
And Charles could do that to anybody at any time, right? And that's what makes that fight exciting. Max Holloway wasn't a match for Charles Oliveira on the ground. Arman Tsarukyan very much is a match for Charles Oliveira on the ground. And so I'm down for that fight. I don't think it goes differently, though. I think Arman Tsarukyan wins that. And then at that point, it's like, how many times do we have to go around this before Arman Tsarukyan gets his lightweight title shot?
Okay. I know we shit on the BMF belt and like there's no need for it. It's just a marketing tool to give excuses to headline and everything like that.
I think I see where you're going with this.
Doesn't like Arman having the BMF belt feel just like so fitting for Arman Tsarukyan right now?
I was ready to retire the BMF belt, and I said it should have ended at UFC 300. But now that you've planted the idea of Arman Tsarukyan just probably walking around the streets with the BMF belt and putting it in the content, it is fucking good. It is fucking good. Because then he also has a belt that he can be like, I'm next in line. I'm already the champion. And he can just walk around with the BMF belt. God damn it. Does the BMF belt have value again now? How? How did this happen?
Also,
How?
Armenian Batman, BM. I was going to say Batman fucker, but that doesn't make much sense.
God damn it. Yes, I would like to see Arman with the BMF belt.
Batman fighter, something. I feel like you could make it work. This whole like darkness, he did the Venom commercial.
Yeah.
I just feel like BMF works for him right now. And then he takes that against Ilia Topuria if he beats Charles Oliveira.
And then Ilia can say, I'm finally, he was walking around with the BMF or ahead of the Max fight, even though that technically wasn't on the line. Who knows the actual rules of all this bullshit? But Ilia Topuria could potentially collect that belt as well. That'd be interesting.
My only concern is it was a very close fight.
It was a very close fight, yes.
At UFC 300. It won't be a 3-rounder this time. I think it will be
5. It would have to be a main event. Or could you do that as a co-main to like a big card?
But I think even with BMF, they would make
they have to make it because it is technically a title.
5 rounds.
I forget how stupid this all is, yeah. But you don't have to make championship weight.
My only concern here is that if he does slip on the banana peel, then I fear we might never see the Arman title shot.
Well, that's fine to me. That I don't have a problem with, because if you can't beat Charles Oliveira again, then you weren't good enough to win the title. That's just the reality. Like, I'm okay. I've long stood on the corner, and I talk about this every time we have, like, who's next in line at welterweight? Let them fight. I'm fine with them fighting. And if Charles Oliveira and Arman Tsarukyan fight and Charles Oliveira wins, I'm fine with him taking Arman's spot. I'm fine with him being the next guy up and Arman having to work his way back. If you can't beat Charles, then you're not the best in this division anyway. It doesn't really matter. You're not the best in this division if you can't beat Charles Oliveira, who's not even the champion. And so I'm fine if he does, slip on the banana peel there and doesn't get the title opportunity. That said, I expect him to beat Charles. And so that's why I'm almost like, please just put him into a title shot. But at this point, the UFC is full steam ahead. We're getting Justin Gaethje versus Ilia Topuria. My hope is that if he does fight Charles, let's try to do it like soon. Let's try to get this done at least by the end of the summer, so that we can look toward the end of the year for a potential Ilia versus Arman fight.
Well, we know Ilia Topuria is going to be fighting Justin Gaethje, like you just said. Is it going to be Ilia versus Arman?
Or is it going to be?
Ilia versus Islam Makhachev? Who is next for Islam Makhachev? As you saw on the thumbnail, we know who's fighting for the 155 belt. It's not going to be Ilia Topuria next for Islam Makhachev. At least I don't think it is.
Right now, it doesn't look that way.
But they are going back and forth on Twitter. Let's go through some of those tweets right now. There's a fiery sort of rivalry here. We saw this from a few days ago. Ilia Topuria talking about, once again, Islam coming up with an excuse. This time it's an injury. He knew he would be part of the White House card, but he ultimately got offered Islam, said that it was brought up. He didn't hesitate for a second to accept the fight. It hadn't officially been confirmed yet. The White House card was going to be announced the next day. When I woke up, I found out Islam had an injury, blah, blah, blah. They're going back and forth. Islam responds to that. We both know who chickened out here. You can cover your cowardice with nasty tweets. Don't worry. One day you will get what you asked for. Speaking of this fight, your fat ass manager is not going to have to ask for billions to fight me. Now, that's the important part here. Your fat ass manager don't have to ask for billions to fight me. We'll do it for free. Malky Cowell was on the Anik Florian podcast, and he had this to say about the negotiations of that White House card happening.
Then we get a call that said, hey, if we can make a fight, you can fight Islam or Gaethje. right? And we actually said, let's take Islam. We would love to fight Islam because remember, guys, it's not about picking an opponent because one is harder or easier or scared or not scared. Money's involved, and the bigger the fight, the more money it is. And so we wanted to make the most amount of money, right, that we possibly could. So we were focused on getting an Islam fight. So then Wednesday, I got asked, would you guys want to do this or that? And we said absolutely. They gave us a number. We said absolutely not, and then we didn't hear anything after that. The money that was offered was small. It was more like, if this fight could happen, here's the numbers. Are you guys down for it? And we're like, not at those numbers.
All right, there's Malky's tweet. Damn, I've lost 40 pounds. Why is Ali still calling me fat? He does look svelte in that video. Couple things to take away from that there.
Yeah.
It almost feels like both guys' tweets are technically true. Ilya refers to, I was given the option to take Islam. I didn't hesitate at all. The money comes back. I'm not doing it for that price tag. Islam's tweet says, you're the one that chickened out. Your manager doesn't need to ask for billions to fight me. I'll do it for free. Malky Kawa confirms that the number that they were offered for Islam Makhachev was not the number that they were looking to fight Islam Makhachev for. So they ended up turning it down and taking Gaethje. So it feels like both guys are right there. But my biggest takeaway from it is you once again had the opportunity to make a massive fight and you could not come to an agreement with the fighters because of the price tag.
Potentially. Here's the other two factors involved. Dana White at the post-fight press conference said Islam Makhachev's hand is hurt, right? And that was what he pointed to, that is what precluded him from the fight, saying we were never going to do Islam versus Ilya, which again is contradictory, just like he said with John Jones, and we know they were negotiating with Jones, and we know they were negotiating with Islam because he has the intel of, you know, how much the fight is going to cost and all this.
Not only
stuff.
negotiating, there was an offer on
There's
the
offers for these things. Now, again, we have to educate the audience or anybody who's not aware. The UFC does this. There's offers out to this person, and then they make it, until there's a contract signed, until there's pen to paper that says I'm fighting this person on this date for that amount, they make all kinds of offers, and then they kind of navigate the waters and read the tea leaves and figure out where they're going to go. They may not have been super serious about it, but at least there was an offer made, right? So there's one factor, which is if Islam Makhachev is hurt, and the only person we've heard say this so far is Dana White, right? We haven't heard Islam come out and say, I was hurt, that's why I didn't take the fight, yada,
Ilya
yada.
did say it in his tweet.
Yeah, but Ilya is
probably from
potentially getting info from the UFC, right? He's not talking to Ali, he's not talking to Islam Makhachev or that side of the table. So that might have been something that the UFC is telling him. If Islam is actually hurt, then that's another factor on why this doesn't happen, right? It doesn't have to be exclusively money. Money's certainly a factor, and as we heard, the money that they offered Ilia Toporia's team to fight Islam Makhachev, they said no outright too. Now, can they negotiate from there? Probably, right? If they say, no, we want you to fight Islam and we're going to make it worth your while, here's the money, then there's a chance that happens. The other factor is, and I've alluded to this several times, there's a real chance that the way this card has been constructed and the fact that we have a guy like Kyle Dawkins on the card, they may not have been thrilled, the White House that is, may not have been thrilled about the idea of Islam Makhachev in the main event as a Russian, right? There is a real chance that they just didn't want that to be the fight. It's a lot easier to slide a guy like Gaethje in there for a multitude of reasons, one being the political climate, also a Muslim in Islam Makhachev, and then secondarily, as you hear from Malky Kawa when it comes to the negotiation, the price tag for Justin Gaethje is lower than the price tag for Islam Makhachev on that side. And on the other side, Justin Gaethje ain't making as much as Islam Makhachev on the Ali side of it, right? So it's a lot easier to get that type of fight done. There may have been political implications and all kinds of other things. It just felt like this was the wrong time for this fight to happen regardless. That doesn't mean it's the wrong time for this fight to happen ever, though.
There is also the argument to make, speaking of wrong time, that this isn't going to be a card that they're going to profit off of. They're not going to do ticket sales. 100%. You have to imagine if it's going to be Ilia Topuria and Islam Makhachev, they're going to be able to sell.
Imagine in fucking Spain.
Amount of money. Hey, don't even get me started. We can do it in the Kremlin.
You could do. Yeah, I mean that one ain't happening. But a stadium in Spain, it'd be instantaneous sellout for Ilia Topuria versus Islam Makhachev.
Let's just do an arena in Spain.
Yeah, why stop there?
Go to Spain.
All right, fair enough.
I got a super badass fight. Ilia Topuria, Islam Makhachev at the Meta Apex.
Shout out to the Meta Apex.
All right, so we know that for Islam Makhachev, it does not appear that Ilia Topuria will be next. Ilia Topuria is going to be fighting in June. You have to think Islam Makhachev will be on the calendar before Ilia Topuria could be ready if he is to beat Justin Gaethje.
Okay, let's think about that for a second. When do we think Islam Makhachev is going to be on the calendar? Because we know April, right? We have a main event for April. May, we're speculating. It seems like everything's going in the direction of Khamzat versus Strickland.
You also have to imagine they're not going to book Islam Makhachev on that card if they're saying he can't fight in June because of a hand injury.
Well, yeah, I mean, also, you can't put Islam's not a co-main event fighter. That's just that's not a possibility.
I'm saying even if the rumors were untrue of Khamzat Chimaev, Sean Strickland.
Oh, to be the main event.
That being main event.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have somebody lined up as a backup, for any Khamzat fight, because Lord knows, we've been here before. But let's assume that Khamzat Chimaev's healthy. Khamzat versus Strickland is the fight for May. You go to June, it's going to be Conor McGregor. At least that's what all signs are pointing to.
No, June is White House card.
June is White House. July is Conor McGregor.
Another fight that you want to have a backup.
You probably want to have a backup, right? But Islam, again, is not a backup fighter either, right? You don't really go with this guy that you want to put on your books and have a date for and have a welterweight title fight for and go well, if Conor can't, we'll fill in with that. Although these days the UFC seems to be flying by the seat of their pants. It sounds like Ilia Topuria and Gaethje wasn't on this card as late as Thursday, and then all of a sudden it was. But
I almost feel like it was as late as Saturday evening.
Yeah, maybe. The earliest we're potentially looking at is August. That's the earliest.
Yeah.
That's a long time. The only reason that would even make any sense to me is if Islam Makhachev is actually hurt.
Yeah.
But we've seen them do this before. Do they just spin up another premium event? In this case, it's not even pay-per-view, right? You don't even have to worry about the pay-per-view aspect. You just go, hey, we're going to have 2 numbered events in July, whatever.
If they go June, July, White House card, a Conor McGregor International Fight Week, and an Islam Makhachev headlined PPV, PPPLE, premier numbered event, whatever we want to call it. That's an unbelievable summer for them, but I don't see that happening. I would imagine it's August. I think it's August for
that feels that feels so long. That feels so far away. We're in March right now.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just kind of the way the calendar breaks down.
It's okay for Islam, right? Because Islam's not a guy who's fighting, super frequently anyway. He carries a lot of status. If he fights twice a year, that's fine. He's a guy that you can get by with that. But man, for some of these guys we're about to talk about next as the actual potential contender options, that is a long time to wait.
Okay, well, remember, this does somewhat make sense, and it aligns with Ian Gary's video of him in the training room talking about Islam Makhachev, where he was just like, yep, Islam said he needed more time. So the hand thing kind of aligns.
Yeah.
So are we seeing Islam Makhachev versus Ian Gary in August?
Maybe.
Are they going back to Chicago? Here's one of Ian Gary's social posts. He's made many of this. He's got a Post-it note, an acid tab, something on his tongue that says, I'm next. Great teeth, by the way. Shout out to the future. He says, Morales, sit down. You've not done enough. I've already beat Praches and will happily do it again in Brazil. Shavkat, heal up. I want that rematch. Usman isn't even close since my debut night at Madison Square Garden, where Usman beat a wilting 31-year-old Colby Covington. I have had 10 wins in the UFC, whilst Usman has had 1. Just 1. Anyone saying his name is on another planet. I'm next. Enjoy the show.
It's a good post by Ian Gary, but my reading the tea leaves on that is he's not been told he's fighting Islam Makhachev, and he's not been told he's fighting him in any specific calendar time. That tells me that he sees that there's other contenders who they might be looking at. He went all the way down to Kamaru Usman and Shavkat, who's not even healthy. But who knows? What if by end of year, Shavkat is healthy? Is there a world where Shavkat now re-enters the mix, right? We've now waited long enough where Islam Makhachev's next fight, there might be a lot of different options. And I wonder if Ian is just seeing that, right? Seeing the fact that this could be a while, this could be a long wait. I really have to do my marketing. I really have to put the idea out there that I am the guy.
Michael Morales also posting online, essentially asking for his shot. A little AI.
No, that's real.
edit of them at a fight night,
Signing?
several microphones, contract signing, glove and uniform on to sign the contract. I mean, the AI nailed it with even as the Venom and the Crypto.com. I suppose that looks like Michael Morales. Michael saying, "Sorry, Ian. Dana knows who really deserves the shot." Shrug emoji at Ian Gary. Middle finger emoji.
Yeah.
What's in the big screens at the top? Was that them fighting?
Let's say that again.
What big
I don't
screens
know.
at the top?
I don't know. And actually, what
There
is
are
it?
no screens.
Actually, wait. If I get
Oh, in the corners.
it does look like the banner video board says Morales versus Makhachev. Now, does it say anything there?
No, but Frank has a good point. There are people fighting on the screens up there, but there's actually nobody in the cage.
Okay, so I'm seeing it does look like them on the video board, and it's UFC Fight Night. UFC Fight Night, Morales versus Makhachev. So it looks like what he's pointing to here, this is actually just going to be a normal fight night, not a numbered event. So he could be fighting anytime.
And he has top billing. His name comes before Islam Makhachev's.
And his name comes before Islam Makhachev's. And they're going to be signing contracts
while
highlights of their fight is playing on the Jumbo. So
it's a great point.
Listen, AI gets it all right. Okay.
Great point.
Here's the question that I have on the back end. By the way, I feel the same way about Morales' post on Instagram, which is
they don't know shit.
They don't know who's fighting.
Dude.
I want to be the guy, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if next week on Pound for Pound, Kamaru Usman's like, I'm back. Like, it ain't off.
Justin Gaethje sitting on the desk on Saturday, and he could have been playing dumb, but being like, man, I don't know. I'm not slated to fight on the White House card. And then 2 hours later, it's like, oh shit, I'm fighting on the White House card. I don't think Ian Gary or Michael Morales have any idea.
No, and again, we have murky clarity, like a lack of clarity around, is Islam hurt? If Islam is hurt, what has he got? And if he's got a hand injury, will he be back by the summer, right? And so now we're looking at like an unknown timeline at welterweight. I think there's a solution for all of this.
I want to hear it.
Michael Morales versus Ian Machado Gary. That is the solution. The same way I just said, like, I'm okay with Arman Tsarukyan having to fight another time. I don't love it. I think Arman Tsarukyan is the one who should be fighting for the title, but he is not. Justin Gaethje is fighting Ilia Topuria. Michael Morales versus Ian Machado Gary, and let's find out who the rightful number one contender is. And then they fight Islam Makhachev whenever he's ready and healthy. And it seems like it's going to be a while. So do a fight night with one of those. I mean, Ian was talking about, I'll fight Carlos Prates in Brazil. I'm fine with that too. If he wants to take another fight against Prates and maybe it's not Morales, I'm kind of okay with that.
Okay, but that one's not happening because we have Prates versus JDM happening.
That's right. When is that? May. Okay.
May. First weekend of May. My only issue with that is they need to book it soon. Main events are booked through that Perth card. And
yeah, all subject to change.
I guess it could be. I know. I mean, they did just switch.
They just swapped.
I guess they could put it as the co-main of the Newark show.
They could put it as co-main if. Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine.
I think you're risking it by doing that.
Who's risking it?
I think the UFC is just risking, like, what if one of them gets hurt? What if the winner comes out and he's injured and you're not able to book it?
So what do? You just have all of them on the sidelines waiting for an unknown time frame for Islam Makhachev?
I think they're going to decide who's going to get the shot against Islam Makhachev and then book the other.
You could do that, but then why not just have them fight each other? You can still come out with the same outcome. The winner has eliminated that other contender. If for some reason the winner can't go, then you have that guy already. They can fill in, or you can... Depending on how long it is, like maybe Shavkat becomes an option again. Maybe like we're all the way at the end of the year and Shavkat becomes, available in that time frame. I don't remember what we were talking about in terms of the timeline for recovery for him, but the division can't be on hold just waiting for this opportunity. It's too far out.
There's no chance they're giving Shavkat the title shot right off rip, in my opinion. I mean, they removed.
I would.
They removed them from the rankings. I would too. Love Shavkat, undefeated. Ian Gary's only loss, but removing him from the rankings to me is a message of like, you're on the sidelines for now, man.
Yeah, that sucks. Why'd they do that? That was so stupid.
Colby got to number 13 though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Colby title shot?
Colby went down to 14.
Colby title shot?
Michael Venom Page up to 13.
Colby beats Dylan Dennis title shot?
Oh fuck. Now we're thinking.
All right. Honestly, though, Are you on board with them fighting each other or somebody fighting?
I'm on board with this, but it needs to happen soon, and I don't think it's going to happen. What
about Conor McGregor International Fight Week co-main?
Now we're really pushing it. Now we're pushing the fight with Islam even further.
If Islam can fight in August, then you just do that, right?
Yeah.
But do we know
That's
that?
what I think happens. No, we don't know that, but I think it's Islam headlining in August against Ian Gary.
I'm down.
I think
I'm down for that.
That's my ultimate prediction for what it is.
I don't know. Why are we not hearing? I need to hear from Islam Makhachev. I need to understand when he's coming back. He is one of the premier stars of this organization. He is one of the most notable fighters. He's the number one pound for pound. It shouldn't be this like murky around when you're. The idea that we just never know when the UFC's biggest stars are fighting is kind of mind-boggling to me. Like Ilia Toporia's timeline was all over the fucking place. Conor McGregor's timeline was, he's fighting at the White House. Nah, guess what? Just kidding. He's fighting on International Fight Week that we didn't even know was still going to be a thing. John Jones, who knows when the fuck he comes back. Islam Makhachev, yeah, his hand's hurt. Is it? I don't actually know. Is his hand fucking hurt? Who knows? Maybe he'll be back in August. We got main events booked up. Hamzat Chimaev, it's all hush-hush. Maybe he fights in May. Nobody knows. What the fuck is going on? Like, I need to know when these guys are fighting. These are the biggest names that the MMA world has.
It feels like the window for the bookings, obviously White House card aside, is getting shorter and shorter.
Oh, yeah.
It was like 5 weeks between the Miami main event and that card being announced.
Yeah. And we still don't have the May. We still don't know if it is Hamza versus Sean
It's less than
Strickland.
2 months now.
Hopefully they announce it soon.
You would want to have it 2 months in advance. I think there's a reason they have the White House one, obviously security detail.
Is there a world where Islam is not hurt and that is in consideration? I think you kind of made that point earlier. Maybe Islam versus
but then
Ian
Dana
Gary
looks like an asshole if he's just like, nope, can't be on the White House card, his hand's hurt. And then it's like, but he's going to be on the card a month before.
Yeah, Dana's been...
I think he's also in the running for International Fight Week. We cannot depend on Conor McGregor to be headlining that.
Again, though, Islam is not an in-the-running guy. Like, you book his fight. You don't go... If this other option doesn't, he's the biggest guy.
Yeah, but we're so far out from that we just don't know. We're 4 months away from that. There's a chance that they find out halfway through April. They're just like, okay, it's not going to be Conor. We're going to book Islam.
The idea of just like waiting around for like, is Conor in or out to book Islam Makhachev just sounds ridiculous to me. Like,
welcome to the UFC, baby.
He is he's the premier name. He has a huge following due to his associations with Habib, due to his faith that there are many people who get behind him.
Due to his incredibly long winning streak.
Number one pound for pound guy has been, he has been the number one pound for pound guy. Incredible fighter. Like, he can't be a contingency. When the fuck is he fighting? That's what I need to know. Now, I've worked myself into frustration in this because I didn't think about the fact that I just have no idea when the number one pound for pound guy is fighting.
A huge win for the UFC. Massive, monumental win for me, in my opinion, for the UFC, would be from May to August, you get a Hamzat Chimaev fight.
Yeah.
An Ilia Topuria fight.
Yeah.
An Alex Pereira fight.
Yep.
A Conor McGregor fight.
Yeah.
And an Islam Makhachev fight.
That's pretty good.
If that's what happens from May to August, there can be no complaints. That is arguably your 5 biggest superstars. I mean, 5 of the top 10 for sure.
So Conor's 1, obviously.
Conor's 1.
John doesn't really count because he's sidelined and probably never fighting again for the UFC.
Islam is up there.
Number 2.
Islam has to be in the top.
Islam
5.
or Ilya, one of those two.
I think Ilya is probably 3. Alex is up there. Like,
and then
really the only other guy that like comes to mind when I think super duper star that people love is like a Charles Oliveira.
And Hamzat's bigger than Charles. And so you've got him. You've got the 5.
It's crazy.
You got the 5 biggest.
If
so
they're
if you
able
can
to
do
pull that off,
yeah, that'd be good.
That would be massive. And you already got the Ilya and the Alex on the books. It's really trending with the tweets that we're seeing towards a Hamzat in May. Conor's talking about International Fight Week. You get Islam in August.
Conor is going to fight it. When Ariel on Monday? When did Ariel talk about when Conor McGregor's representation went to Vegas? Was that yesterday? Did we talk about that yesterday on the show? I think it was yesterday.
Yes.
He laid it out pretty clearly. Conor McGregor's representation went to Las Vegas. They had good chats, like productive chats. And there was no Conor McGregor saying, new Conor McGregor deal. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Anything alluding to the idea of like unrest. Hey, I've been offered 15 fights. I said yes to all of them. Where's my contract? There was none of that, right? The recent kind of like boiling, dissatisfaction that we had seen from Conor McGregor, there was none of that after their conversation that happened earlier this week. And so I have to imagine that they're aligned for Conor McGregor to fight in July, and that would be huge for the UFC.
Well, Ariel tweeted, Conor has had incredible timing throughout his career, from the Floyd Mayweather fight to getting the MSG fight, and I think he has impeccable timing right now. It's hard to believe the UFC isn't feeling some pressure after seeing the backlash of the White House card, John Jones situation, and everything else going on. McGregor's right there waiting, ready to go for July 11th during International Fight Week. I think the UFC will be a little more motivated to come correct and deliver on this. Conor McGregor quote tweets that and says, precision beats power and timing beats speed.
That's it. Timing beats speed.
So,
and
man,
come correct means open that fucking checkbook. Open the vault, and Conor McGregor is kind of going shopping for how much money.
60 M's, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what he's going to be asking
That's
for.
Great.
So, yeah, if they're able to do that, my final prediction is
Islam in August. I would love it.
Ian, August.
It does
Chicago, Boston, a place with a big Irish population.
Oh, you're thinking, okay, I like that.
I mean, they went to Chicago last August. I'm pretty sure they went to Boston the 2 August before that.
Ian's last fight was November, so that is a long time. But I mean, if you're waiting for a title opportunity, it's great. And then if you're here's the problem: if you're Michael Morales or Ian Gary, do you try to take a fight if they start saying it's going to be longer?
Like, it's going to be longer than August, yeah. Then I think we can start talking about matching them up.
Yeah. All right. Well,
until then, I think you wait.
Hopefully, it sorts out. I would love to see either one of those guys against Islam Makhachev. My preference would be Michael Morales.
All right. We'll see what happens. Let's go to this weekend. UFC Apex 114 going down in the desert at the warehouse that we have all come to know and love. Main event: Kevin Vallejos versus Josh Emmett. I saw a tweet that this is actually setting the record for the biggest age gap in UFC main event history.
Okay.
Josh Emmett, 41 years old. Kevin Vallejos, 24 years old.
Holy shit. 17 years?
Yeah.
That's crazy. What is the overall record? If that's only the main event, do you know what's the biggest age gap?
Yeah, I'm not sure the biggest age gap. I believe the one before this was John Jones in like 2010.
Oh, that would be it's not Shogun then, because that was 2011. So what was 2010? What would it have been? Bonner or something?
Let me see. John Jones in 2010. Nope, the Vladimir Matushenko fight.
Oh, yeah, the janitor, shout out.
That was 23 years old versus 39 years old in a main event.
What is the biggest age gap? I'm having trouble finding this.
Yeah, I don't know, but massive age difference, and very different runs for the two. Josh Emmett 1-4 in his last 5.
I found it.
Okay.
The record for the biggest age gap between UFC opponents was set when 28-year-old Hoist Gracie fought a 51-year-old Ron Van Cleef.
Fucking hell.
All right, so 23? 23-year age difference. That's the one to beat. Will we ever see it?
Jesus Christ.
Maybe.
No, of course not. That was the Wild Wild West era.
But we might see it. We're not too far off with this.
17 years is crazy work.
Crazy work. Emmett 1-4 in his last 5.
Yeah.
Vallejos 17-1 in his career, with just one loss coming to Jean Silva on the Contender Series when he was 21 years old. Josh Emmett, though, is still confident in his abilities. Here's what he had to say about the matchup.
Honestly, I didn't even know who Kevin Vallejos was. My manager called me and said they want you to fight him, and I was like, who the hell is that? And then he mentioned, he said he went that he didn't know either, and so he mentioned he went down the list and said, oh, he just fought Giga, he knocked him out, and so I remember that highlight, and so I was like, okay, I know I don't know who he is, but I know of that. And then, of course, from there, I haven't seen any of his fights. So then we watched all of his films and stuff like that, looked at his record and stuff like that, who he's fought. But yeah, he's young. He's an up and comer. He's new in the organization. He's got a whole country behind him. People keep saying he's the Ilya 2.0, which I do not think so at all. But we'll find out on Saturday. Thank you. Thanks for lighting that fire underneath me even more. And you are not going to win this weekend. I am going to win.
Yeah, so he's doing the "you are not going to win this weekend" because a big thing for Kevin Vallejos and his fans, the Vijay Bros, is referring to everything as "we." He actually quote tweeted this: "We respect the legend in front of we." Typically, it would be us there, and we will win. Taking that like getting behind a team. One step further, here's Jazz Loves MMA. We are top 15 now. We are getting a bonus. We helped save this awful card. We are the Vajay Bros. His fan base is supporting this one pretty strongly.
They are one. They are one entity.
We.
The collective. They're going to win.
Yeah, it's not,
we will win for sure.
It's not looking great for Josh Emmett. Obviously, like you can make the argument of just the sheer difference in talent that they've been going against.
Yep.
Though Vallejos looked fantastic against Giga Chikadze. The 1-4 run is Yusuf Zalal, who's top 10, is about to fight to potentially go to top 5. Lerone Murphy, title contender next week.
Number 1 contender. Yeah.
Bryce Mitchell was highly ranked when they fought, knocked him out stiff. Ilya Topuria, champ, who has now moved up to
number 2 pound for pound.
Number 2 pound for pound. And then Yair Rodriguez, who has been a mainstay in the top 10 for the last 7-8 years.
The level of opposition is very different, but what we have seen from Josh Emmett is it's a skill-based thing, right? Josh Emmett is very powerful and is hanging in every fight, but I don't see him having the tools anymore at this level, at the level that we are fighting at now, and I'm not doing a Vajay Bro thing, the level that we are fighting at now, where he has the tools to win those fights. He has the tools to be in those fights. He can hang with any of these guys, but against a level of opposition like Vallejos is, he's 41 years old. It's just not his time anymore, right? Like the younger, fresher fighter, the going to be the faster, more agile, potentially even more powerful at this point, right? Josh Emmett is extremely powerful, but it comes in that one-punch concussive knockout power. As far as like trading with guys, he's not standing in there just like dominating and wrecking people's heads. In recent history, it's that one coffin nail to Bryce Mitchell, but the rest of the time, he's kind of getting beaten everywhere when it comes to these fights. And so I expect Vallejos to have a lot of success against him and just take over.
Everything you just mentioned, if you're depending on the power against the guy who's 17-1 who went all 3 rounds with John Silva on the Contender Series, that's just going to be younger than you, faster than you. I can't imagine that you can depend on that. Obviously, over the course of 25 minutes, you always have a chance, but I side with you. I think Vallejos gets it done.
He's just looked too fucking good lately. Like for 24 years old, he's way ahead of the game, and he looks great. He looks like a future title contender.
Yeah, he's doing all the right things in the media, like Josh mentioned, having the Argentinian backing. You know, we've had a few fighters from Argentina, Santiago Ponzinibbio, maybe the biggest one from there, but this feels like a guy who really could come on the scene. Young, great record, knocking people out, has the look. I'm not saying he's going to be Ilya 2.0. Like Josh
Is anybody
Emmett
saying that,
to.
by the way?
I don't know.
I've never heard that
the
once.
Vajay Bros are. The Vajay Bros are.
We are Ilya 2.0.
We are Ilya 2.0.
Okay, got it.
So yeah, the pick is going to be Vallejos. Does he stop him? I don't know. We saw Josh Emmett go tooth and nail against Ilya Topuria 50-42.
This is kind of what I mean by when I talk about Josh Emmett is like, he's still very tough. He's still very hard to finish. We saw him walking forward against Ilya Topuria after eating the shots that Ilya Topuria kills everybody with, right? We've seen what he's done to the other opposition, and to his credit, Josh Emmett is still there walking forward, not just like surviving, but trying to still win the fight. He's very tough. He's very hard to finish. But it seems like in this fight and in most of the recent fights for Emmett, he's kind of waiting on that one shot, that puncher's chance. And I expect that Vachejos is going to be one-way traffic. Can he finish him? Probably. Would I say it's likely? No. Like I think this has like a decision written on it.
We've seen him walk through those punches, everything like that. Yeah. I can tell you're a Vache, bro. That's the pick, though. Let's go to the co-main event. Amanda Lemos taking on Jillian Robertson. Amanda Lemos win-loss since November of 2022. Robertson, 4 straight wins for her. Still just 30 years old. Feels like she's only getting better. She's physical on the ground. She's tough. She can get finishes. Another like pretty big age difference. I'm pretty sure Lemos was like 38, 39, almost a decade here. We've also seen her struggle in the grappling before. We've seen her submitted a couple times in the UFC, and we've seen her taken down. I'm going with Jillian Robertson to keep the train rolling.
She's 38, going to be 39 in May.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, her worst attributes, her weakness is where Jillian Robertson shines. So unless she really like on the feet clips her or does something nasty there, like gets in the clinch maybe and makes it rough for Jillian, I just don't see how she's able to keep Jillian from taking her down and doing what she's done to pretty much everybody lately. Like, Jillian, man, she just seems to be getting better and better and better. And when it hits the ground, she's a different animal down there. She's different than most of the fighters she's faced to this point. I think this is kind of a tailor-made matchup for her.
Andre Fili taking on Jose Delgado. Another guy, 8 straight fights for Fili where he goes win-loss, 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 win-loss.
8 straight, huh?
8 straight, man. And last one he won. So history tells you this one should be a loss, but he did beat C-Rod last time out as a pretty big-sized dog. He is a dog once again to Jose Delgado, who was looking great up until he met our boy Nathaniel Wood.
But
Dropped
even
him
there,
29-28.
even there early, he was looking great, right? And then Nathaniel Wood did what Nathaniel Wood does. I came away more impressed with the performance against Nathaniel Wood than I did like disappointed, right? Like, as we know, Nathaniel Wood is like a cockroach. You can't get rid of this guy. You can't eliminate him. And so he did his best, and it was looking pretty good for a while until Nathaniel turned that around. That level of opposition, I think Nathaniel Wood is like one of the tougher fights for most of the guys in division, even though I don't necessarily think Nathaniel Wood's going to be like champ. He's a very, very difficult guy to win against and even more difficult guy to finish. I come away more encouraged with the work that he's done in the UFC so far. And with Andre Fili, like, it seemed like 2 or 3 fights ago was the time, right? It seemed like he was in the right headspace, primed for a run, putting it all together, and then I just haven't seen that guy, right? Mentally, maybe he is there, but the fighting just hasn't matched that, and so I'm a little more pessimistic about Andre Fili than I was maybe like 2 to 3 fights ago, and so I think Delgado is going to get it done.
Marwan Rahiki, I cannot see this name without thinking of Makwan Amirkhani.
Shout out.
For some reason, it feels like a word jumble of Makwan Amirkhani. Rep in Morocco.
Yep.
Fights out of Sydney. Moroccan's taking over. Yusuf Salah, and now Marwan Rahiki's taking on Harry Hardwick, who got his leg kicked into the 3rd row last time by Cao Fernandez. If you're Rahiki, you have to look at that tape and be like, I'm going to go to the calf kicks on this one. I'm going to invest in the calves. I mean, it took like 3 minutes, and he could not walk. And then the final knockout blow, just like legs come out from underneath him. He gets wheeled out in a wheelchair. Not a great debut for Harry Hardwick, who was a champion over in Cage Warriors.
I was just about to say, I don't know much about Marwan, but the leg kicks have to be a part of that game plan, have to be the steady diet that he is feeding. And you would hope that Harry Hardwick has improved his leg kick defense, right? Learning to check them, learning to counter so that he's not in that position again, a little more movement instead of staying as heavy on the leg and getting it kicked out. But yes, I mean, when you have shown a deficiency that obvious at this level, right, having been at Cage Warriors for a while, but then you come to the UFC and get immediately exposed in that kind of way. And I'm not saying like the exposed in terms of fraud check, he's not any good at fighting, that type of bullshit. I just mean you have exposed a deficiency that future opponents are now going to know that they can capitalize on. It's hard for me to predict that he's going to have huge success here. So I need to see that, right? In this fight, if he shows that he's able to check the leg kicks or shows that he's able to use the footwork and avoid that, then I can kind of reassess. But for now, it'd be hard for me to pick him.
Umar C versus Ion Cutelaba is happening.
Sure is.
I know you're happy for that one. C with an 8-inch reach advantage.
I'm here for
Cutelaba 8-10 in the UFC. Could
I'm
he
here
be
for
his walking papers if he loses?
No, stop it. You can't cut Iwan. Iwan is a fucking
the Hulk.
Yeah, he's first of all, you get the crazy Hulk paint and the flexing on the scales and all the shit that he does. I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Or at least the face. I don't know. He does some shit. And also he's just a crazy person who likes to get into extreme wars. So shout out to Iwan Cutelaba. I don't think he's gonna win, but I love him.
Okay. Bruno Silva, Charles Johnson is the first fight on the main card. The man with wins over number 6 Loner Kavanaugh and the champion Joshua Van finds himself fighting number 15 Bruno Silva in the Apex. Needs a win here, man. He's 1-2 in his last 3. I know one of the wins is over Loner Kavanaugh, but I guess Lonnie Kavanaugh. But yeah, you need a win here if you're Charles Johnson.
I think he will get it. I think Bruno Silva is a good fight for him, and as we've seen at his best, he's beating the champ of the division and the guy in Lonnie Kavanaugh who looked like a future champ of the division, right? The striking looked absolutely incredible. So, yeah, I still have pretty high hopes for Charles Johnson, but as you said, like we're running out of time for that, right? He's 35 years old. He's been in the promotion for now quite a bit. You need to get these fights together so that you can then say, I want to fight the champ and show that I can beat him again.
The people's main event should be the co-main event. Chris Curtis versus Miktabek Oralbai. Don't know why this is buried on the prelims. You got Oralbai 4-1 in the UFC. Seems to have a following, is always putting on exciting fights, has gotten finishes the last 2 times out. Against a vet in Chris Curtis, it feels like this should be higher on the card.
Yeah, another one with a huge age difference, 10 years on this one. Chris Curtis, like I was talking about Nathaniel Wood not being the champ, like not being a championship caliber fighter, in my opinion. I think he's just a level below that, but being an extremely tough problem for a lot of guys. I think of Chris Curtis in the same way, in terms of it's very hard to like look super good against Chris Curtis. He has a way of even making the best fighters look lesser than themselves and bringing them into his game and making it dirty and making it hard for them. He's sound defensively. He's well-rounded. I think Oralbai is going to win the fight, but I don't think this will be like that kind of like stamp Oralbai performance that we're used to, because Chris Curtis has a way of dragging people into his type of fight and making them look worse than they are.
If Chris Curtis is staying active and he's putting the volume out, this has a potential to be a very fun fight.
It could be, yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. Vitor Petrino taking on Steven Asplund. Asplund a little bit worried about the aesthetic matchup here with Vitor Petrino. Take a listen to what he had to say in terms of the looks on this one.
What do you think of him as an opponent?
Bro, he's a monster. Why is he fighting? He could be a model. What the fuck? This guy looks like The Rock. You know what I mean? And so it's like the battle of the worst physique and the best physique in the heavyweight division. So I'm excited to show the fat boys love this Saturday.
He's a likable dude.
He's so funny.
Yeah, not the best physique on him. So I mean, he's owning up to that,
which he knows. And
Petrino looks good getting off the bus.
God damn, does he?
Do one for the fat boys, man. Get one done out there, Steven Asplund. I don't know if he's going to, but do one for the fat boys.
Yeah,
pretty sure Steven Asplund has a loss to Denzel Luke Fox Freeman.
Shout out to Denzel Luke Fox Freeman. Look, Petrino's been finishing fights lately. You know, like I've been a little bit off the Petrino bandwagon. It seemed like we were going for, you know, not the most exciting fights, and now he's turned into a bit of a finisher. He's got the physique for sure, and he's got the look, as Asplund pointed out. He's also just like, he's another guy who sometimes sucks people into a fight that makes them look a little bit worse. I like Petrino in this fight, but I also wouldn't be shocked if Asplund is just able to kind of like pull ahead late.
That'd be incredible. Yeah, if it goes 15 minutes and you got Asplund just throwing that jab out there in the 3rd round.
Petrino looks really good for like 7 minutes most of the time. Then he's got like another 3 where he's like surviving but still kind of capable. Then at the end, sometimes it becomes a sweat. I think Asplund has an opportunity to win this fight, but I'm siding with Petrino for now.
Some other fights going down: Elijah Smith versus Su Young Yu, Balaji Oki versus Manuel Souza. Brad Tavares, Eric Anders pretty deep on the prelims as well. Frankie's favorite fighter, Bia Mesquita, taking on Montse Rendon. What do you make of that one, Frankie?
I think it's going to be a scrap.
Yeah. Luan Lacerda taking on Etcher Sosa. The man that got the Dana White note tattooed on his forearm, I believe, or is it on his calf? Is it on his thigh? I think it's on his calf. The note from Dana White, be the fucking reason your last name means something one day. Dana White wrote him that after he fought on Dana White Contender Series just recently after his father passed. So, pretty cool one.
That's pretty cool by Dana White. And also, I like the fact that you got it tattooed, but do we have, like, couldn't we have gone, like, Gothic font or something with the text instead of the exact replica of the note? Like, does the fact that it's on Dana White stationery on your arm look a little bit weird to you?
I see what you're saying.
Like, you take the sentiment,
take the
sentiment,
like,
but you make
really
it
cool.
look a little bit better.
I think maybe he did it for himself.
I think it's fine to do it like that.
That's fine. What about?
I think we more need to address Dana White's stationery, the letterhead just being Dana White. That's how I see it.
There's a lot of white space at the bottom. I'm not concerned about the stationery as much as the tattoo.
I think this is what you get for like a grocery list. So it needs to be long.
Maybe this is the Dana White grocery list notepad.
Dana White, not for nothing, pretty good handwriting. Also,
do we think he wrote it?
We're cut from the same cloth.
Wait, do we think he wrote it?
Yes.
Even more reason to wonder, do you get the exact facsimile of the note that was written by Linnae, obviously, and then...
No, I think he had to have. That is, well, it's nice handwriting. It is, like...
It's masculine handwriting?
It's masculine handwriting. Can we go back to it real quick? We're cut from the same cloth, me and him both.
What?
All caps writers.
All caps is good.
Every letter is going to be capital.
Look at the R, though, on reason. It's like a little loopy on the left there.
Oh, you're putting out feminine allegations.
No, because the R and your normal. I'm just...
Look, man, he was probably writing it quickly.
So let's do an extra loop for
spacing
the fucking,
properly.
Like, is he taking a lap? I don't understand.
Feel like he could have fit means something one day all onto one line, but
why use many?
He's also very close to the left-hand margin, right? We're very close to the edge of the paper.
Not even a margin. He
but
blew right past.
But afraid to get close on the right-hand side.
Yeah, scared.
That's right.
Yeah, so that one's happening.
Eddie Hearn would never.
That one's happening. Pierre Rodriguez, Sam Hughes, Sam Page, your curtain jerker. You know what I was thinking about?
What were you thinking?
A little gimmick parlay.
Okay.
Etcher Sosa, who we were just talking about, minus 240.
Yep.
Manuel Sosa with a U. Souza,
yeah. Souza.
We're gonna go Souza. Minus 270. The Chief Keef parlay.
Sosa.
But yeah, Sosa. Bitches love Sosa.
It's just the two?
It's just them. Sosa and Sosa.
I'm down. That sounds good.
Minus 240, minus 270, pays around like minus 130.
Cool.
And then then they both walk out to these bitches love Sosa. Why you wouldn't walk out to that in the first place would be
if you're
incredible.
Sosa.
Wow. Prometheus Cannabis Corner in the chat saying females use all caps.
That's a bullshit.
That is a bullshit. Thank you, Arman.
Can we get a female opinion on this, Andy? What do we think?
No, we don't.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like it's a masculine thing to do.
No. Sorry. On the note, written by Dana or not? What do we think about the writing?
I'm gonna go with, you know what, I'm reading, I see it and I hear him yelling and it's all caps, so I feel like it's him.
Okay, I like that.
That's my thing. I'm like, is he yelling on the note?
He writes how he's talking. In his head, it's like, go out and fuck. Like, okay,
Yeah, exactly.
okay, fair enough.
What's up, guys? Make your name worth something.
He writes on the note, sup, guys?
What's up, guys? Yeah.
We're literally beating up babies.
So yeah, that was a little preview, the Chief Keef parlay for our bets and parlay pals. We've already gotten Pete's pick for the parlays pals. He's going with, you tell me? Adam.
Huh?
Adam Caceres?
How did PT do last week?
Who's Adam Caceres?
Adam Sakari, the boxer that Pete's picking.
Oh, Kakachi.
Adam Kakachi, that is who.
No, Anthony Kakachi.
Anthony Kakachi is who Pete's is going with. Wouldn't know him if he bumped into me.
I was like, who are you talking about?
I'm not going to lie. No disrespect to the man. But, I mean, we have a great UFC Apex card this weekend, and Pete's heading over to the world of boxing. How did Pete do last week?
He blew
the parlay in the very first fight. I'll say I would have cost us anyway in the main event, so it works out. But the boys are on a nasty losing streak. I believe that's 4 in a row now for us.
I mean, Frank.
It's tough. It's tough. Not you and Frank this week. You had Brandon Moreno the week before.
Nah,
I was fine the week before.
Yeah, you were. Frankie's on fire. He's leading the picks thing, right?
Yeah.
Are you still in first place?
I haven't seen. I think so though.
You should be. You should be. We're going to get back on track this week. I can tell you that much.
The Vallejos we?
Is anybody picking Kevin Vallejos?
No.
I don't know.
I am picking Mosquito Moneyline.
Oh,
As
Mosquito
alluded to
Bequita.
earlier.
I like it.
She's got it.
Thanks for the breakdown, man. I always
You're
appreciate
welcome.
that. I always appreciate that. I'm actually also going to go with a woman. I am going to go, there it is, Cactus Cackles Berries bracket. That's the
Jesus Christ, yours sucks. Yours sucks so bad.
So we got, if you're just joining the program, it's South by Southwest this weekend. So Yahoo threw a big cowboy party for everyone here. We had barbecue and we got custom bandanas made for us.
No brisket for some
in the Yahoo purple. Shout out. And everyone got assigned cowboy names, and it went by like your first name with your first name with the month you were born in and your last name. And mine is shit. Cowboys Cacklesberries bracket.
Cacklesberry sounds like a disease.
Yeah, it's so shit.
I got the Cacklesberries, Pop.
Whose first name would even be Cactus and whose last name would be Bracket anyway?
So I went
Cactus
over
Bracket.
Because you had gotten yours early, and I was like, oh, I want one too. I went over and looked at mine, which is Earl Son of a Gun James.
That's actually a fire-ass name.
When I did that, and I said that mine was Earl Son of a Gun James, the organizers of the event, the nice women who, set this stuff up, were
Shout
like,
out to 'em.
oh, your name is great. Ours are all shit. So
Yeah.
basically, whoever came up with this, they were all shit.
I feel bad for whoever came up with it because they really tried to get creative. Oh, it was AI, Frank? We can confirm that?
Alan Iverson?
Saw him clinking around earlier.
Yeah, you're making pretty hard allegations against the
You can hear the mechanical whirring right now. It's coming up with another zinger.
Owen should use this as a thumb.
Anyway, I'm gonna go with Jillian Robertson.
I like it.
Nice.
Your pick, bro?
I'm gonna go with Mirk Beck Oralby.
Oh, Mick the Beck.
I think he's gonna beat Curtis, even though, as I said, like Curtis has a way of making people look lesser. I do think he's gonna ultimately get it done.
Shout out. There it is. Plus 226. We can't get back in the green, but we can do a little damage. We can get a little bit closer. We need to see one go through the hoop. No pun intended as we march closer to
some madness.
March Madness this weekend. Selection Sunday on Sunday. We will have a bracket pool. Don't even worry about it, people. Yeah, I kind of feel bad for Ariel. He always misses the party days here in office.
Oh!
Missed the kid day last year. I feel like he's always missing it. My bets for this weekend. Let's go ahead and give them to you. I lost the basketball. That thing's long gone. 2 picks. Philly, Delgado, under 2.5. Delgado, all but 2 of his fights in his career have ended by finish. I think he gets back on track with this one and gets it done. And if not, Philly, 4 of his last 8 have not gone the distance. And then I'm actually going Vitor Petrino. I love Steven Asplin, but I feel like this is a good fight for him, a good matchup, and 10 of his 13 wins have come by finish. Both fights at heavyweight so far have ended by finish. Don't necessarily rate Steven Asplin on UFC caliber, I guess UFC heavyweight caliber. Inside the distance, Vitor Petrino. That's the bets. That's the parlay picks. That's UFC Apex 114. Let's get to our pound for pound rankings this week. In honor of many of you being disappointed, being let down by the UFC's White House announcement last week, we do pound for pound letdowns. This one's up to interpretation. I love my list. I personally love my list. I think we're going back-to-back bangers after daddest things last week. Big pop from the crowd from that one. Love my list this week. Up to interpretation. Frankie.
Wait, are you saying that your letdown list is not a letdown? Basically?
Oh,
is that what you're saying? Also,
you fucking nailed it.
Meta letdown.
Are you suggesting that you're not let down by the White House card? You said people out there. Are you not including yourself?
I don't
want
to say everyone was let down because I think there's some people that aren't let down. I think it's a good card, but
Do you think the fighters are let down?
Look, man, I saw this fucking coming from a mile away that people.
You did say that.
No matter what.
Yeah, you did say that.
We're gonna be pissed, and I said specifically if it's Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje, people are gonna be pissed.
Yeah, you did. You said that exactly. Which
I see these things coming. I think it's a good. We have Ilia Topuria and Alex Pereira fighting on the same card. I wish it was different, but what are you gonna do? You know?
Yep.
Can't cry over spilled milk.
Sure you can.
I know. I saw you do it this morning. You spilled your fucking Nesquik.
It just curdles on the
Shout out
ground
Nesquik.
and nobody does anything about it.
All right, what's the order, Frankie?
The order
Nesquik's
this
not
week a
actually
little
milk, by the way.
different.
Shout out.
We're gonna start with Frank.
No, that's you, isn't it?
Then we're gonna go to
All of
Rick.
them. There's no milk.
Then we're gonna go to Connor.
Okay, so I'm last.
Yes, sir.
All right, brother. You told us your list is gonna piss us off. It's gonna let us down.
I never said those words.
Tell us, man.
Fuck, I don't want that.
My number 5 is known as the Affordable Care Act.
What the fuck?
Yeah, this is the ACA.
What is this, dude?
This is colloquially known as the Obamacare Act, but it was promised to be the solution to all of the medical insurance problems in the United States, and it did not deliver. I guess the one thing it did do that I think wasn't such a letdown is there's no longer any pre-existing conditions requirement, but as we probably have all known, if you've had to go to the doctor in the last 8 years, it sucks, man. There's no getting out from underneath that heavy boulder known as the U.S. medical insurance system.
I actually do agree with you here.
Can I just posit one thing first?
Why you stick your hands up like that?
Is your I don't want to don't kill the messenger here.
Yeah,
I just want
we'll decide that after we hear the message.
I want to question one thing, which is your problem then not being let down by the healthcare system in general? The
My
healthcare
problem.
system.
These are pound for pound letdowns.
But
man.
is the letdown not U.S. healthcare?
I think the healthcare is actually pretty good, man. Look at the we got some of the best doctors, we got some of the best hospitals. What's your issue with the U.S. healthcare?
Well, you're suggesting
no U.S. healthcare is shit.
Yeah, I'm talking specifically the
The
insurance
insurance
system.
marketplace is shit.
Read a book.
I have to get it. It's so bad. I am getting some requests in the chat, Frank, for you to repeat colloquially.
Yeah, I can't actually.
Colloquially?
Say it.
Colloquially? I can't fucking read.
Yeah, reading is hard.
It is.
Number 4 is the 2010 release of Final Fantasy XIV.
Okay.
Not to be confused with the reboot they did in 2012 that fixed all the horrible issues that came out with this one originally. I could tell when they announced it because it came out right around the same time as Final Fantasy XIII. The something wasn't right. They were rushing through this, and then the product shows for itself. Horrible optimization on graphics cards, server queues that were out the wazoo. And then right towards the end, they decided, even though it was a massive online game, they were like, we should limit the amount of time you can actually play. So they put a restriction, if you've played it for more than 8 hours, and you had diminishing returns and being able to optimize playtime, which I never play that much myself, but just a weird stipulation to put on something. It didn't pan out. They fixed all that. They hired a new producer. He came in, and now the game is actually popping. But in order for them to refresh, they literally destroyed the game world. It was an in-game event where they had a meteor or something come and destroy the entire world so they could rebuild it from the ground up. And sure enough, I think it's probably the highest populated MMO RPG right now. So they fixed it. But what a letdown back in 2010. Followed by my number 3, which is seeing a live performance from the band Killing Joke. So this was a band that came out in the late 70s, hit their peak kind of in the 80s. I've listened to them for a long time, really enjoy their music, even their more modern stuff. And then I was over the moon when I found out that they would be opening for Tool back, I want to say in 2018 or 2019. So excited, went and saw them, and oh my God, I wish I hadn't, because it just destroyed all of the headcanon that I had about how great they were. It's just the way it was mixed. Their energy was so low, as you could kind of tell from these photos. Look, people age, I get that, but some age like fine wine. Killing Joke did not. So I am just going to stay with the old albums and pretend like that never happened.
Can I ask another question?
That is a lot of questions.
Possible that you just saw a bad night, right?
It is quite. I hope. But
Okay.
now that you've asked, I have to reveal this. I also bought one of their live albums.
Oof.
It doesn't sound good.
All right, what's number 2? What's number 2?
Fair enough.
Number 2.
Connor's already checked. Yeah, keep going.
Number 2 is the Hobbit trilogy. So,
all right, I like this.
I didn't know.
I like this.
I actually was kind of excited. Bought tickets to see it at its midnight showing release because I did that for all of the Lord of the Rings. I thought at the time that the movie was split into 2, and I told my friend, I was like, man, I'm a little disappointed that it's going to be 2 movies because The Hobbit's so much shorter than Lord of the Rings. He's like, Frank, bro, it's 3 movies. It's not 2. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I swear to God, I ended up not going. Just basically lit the tickets on fire. Never seen any of the Hobbits. Have no interest. And then all I hear is how shitty they are. So
Hold on.
I was let down at 11:30 the night the first Hobbit movie was coming out.
What the fuck? Hold on. You never saw the movies.
Never saw.
And you bailed out solely because you thought it was going to be 2 movies and instead it was 3.
Yeah, which
and
2 was already like,
you
oh,
pre-purchased tickets.
Oh, yeah. Midnight showing.
Okay, I take back that being
There were a couple empty seats in that movie theater. Which, I'm
Also-
on the right side of history because everyone shits on these
But
movies.
how can it be?
You need to make your own opinion, bro. Come
How
on.
can it be a letdown when you avoided the actual letdown?
Again, these are not letdowns necessarily for me. They're for everyone.
Okay,
Just
let's all right. What's
For sure, Killing Joke is a big letdown for everybody.
What's one?
For sure.
Number
Never
one,
even fucking heard a Killing Joke.
the movie Prometheus.
Okay.
No, this is a horrible fucking take.
I saw a cutout, like a cardboard cutout of the movie theater years before the movie came out. Ridley Scott, Alien sequel or prequel. I'm like, hell yeah, sign me up. And I did the thing that you've been doing, Connor, where I avoided every trailer, every little article written about it. I was like, I want to go. I want to be blown away. Saw this at midnight showing. Left disappointed. I actually sat through the whole thing, which is rare for me. Charlize Theron gets a fucking spaceship that rolls on top of her. Why is Waylon on the ship the entire time and we don't know? Why is she his daughter? Like, what does this have to do with anything? Then they're all supposed to be scientists, yet they're like the dumbest scientists we've seen. They have the cool little GPS thing to help them navigate the spaceship, yet the 2 guys get lost and then end up being the first victims of the facehuggers or whatever. Like, the whole thing is just stupid. Now, I will admit, I have rewatched it in the last couple years.
Yeah, it's great.
Visually, it's a cool movie. Not as bad as I thought.
Learning about the engineers, the
Kinda like
space jockeys,
Tron.
it's great. It's a great movie.
But a horrible movie.
No.
I have to say, Frank, bravo. Absolutely bravo. I was going to sit here and hate on you for this. That was simply your finest
Nobody
work
can hear you.
in pound for pound list. That was absolute magic, man. I have to say, all week in the lead up to this, you were like, you guys are going to be so fucking irate listening to my list. It's going to get so controversial. It's so many hot
Words
takes.
never came out of your mouth.
It's going to be crazy. It's going to be wild. You guys aren't even going to know how to react. It's
You
gonna be
literally
so
came up
crazy.
with this concept.
It's going to be
at
wild.
8 p.m. last night.
And sure enough, it was complete dog shit. Therefore,
are you let
the
down?
meta of all of this, I've never been more let down. You planted the seed so perfectly, and I am so fucking let down by that list. But it was a list of pound for pound letdowns. Yours now reigns supreme. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect.
All right, I'll take it.
That was incredible, Frank. That was incredible stuff.
Actual
man.
tears in my eyes.
It's gonna be nuts, man.
Fuck. Oh shit. That was great. That was great. All right, I'm gonna just go through my list here. Number 5. This is a property that I had a lot of affinity for. I invested years of my life. I was really committed, dedicated, loving every second of it. Until right at the very end, when Lost let me the fuck down.
Oh,
God, the ending of Lost was a giant sack of shit. And Save the Think piece where you're like, well, actually, you didn't really understand it. It's great.
What, did it get
wasn't
found?
purgatory. It was a sack of shit. It was a fucking horrible ending in which they created a mystery box show that seemed to be grounded in more of reality and was fantastic. And I was digging all the mysteries around it. I was wondering what the numbers all meant. And then we get into the final season, which is like Man in Black and Jacob and God this and bullshit this. It was horrible. It was fucking horrible. They should be ashamed of themselves for wasting everybody's time with this. Great series. Like, that's why it's not higher on this list. I really enjoyed the ride until that point. But God, when we get to the end, I wanted to throw things through the wall. I'm sure that many fans, Game of Thrones is their version of this, right? I mean, Lost was a very popular show, but I'm sure Game of Thrones final season was their version of this. It was fucking bad. It was really bad. It really disappointed me after committing years. And also, to be so good early and then to just shit the bed at the end really let me down. Number 4, I also have a movie like Frank. I did not opt out of going to it. I went to it years. You know, I talked about committing years for Lost. I committed more years to this one. Years of anticipation, build up. Huge fan of what had been done in the prior works. And then I got to episode 1. Then I got to The Phantom Menace.
Oh, boo.
The most steaming pile of dog shit that's ever been committed to film.
Insane take.
Absolute garbage.
This is actually such like a mainstream take by you that I'm surprised you have it.
I can't help it. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I loved 4, 5, and 6, the only parts of the prequel and sequel trilogy that I even acknowledge. There's only 4, 5, and 6. I had been seeing these since I was a kid. My dad showed me all the Star Wars movies. There was a time where they released these like box sets. They were all black, but like Hope was like bronze or gold.
Yeah, it was like purple.
Empire
green.
was silver or whatever. I watched them many, many, many times. I loved Star Wars. I was locked in, ready for episode 1 to blow me away, ready for the Phantom Menace to blow me away. And it was a steaming turd. It was horrible.
Insane.
Wait.
One of the best battle scenes with Darth Maul.
Yes. Well,
That was going to say
that
the
fight
battle
was
scene,
great.
Jar Jar Binks.
You keep joking about Jar Jar Binks. That is heinous that they
What am I
committed
joking
that
about?
to film.
Pod racing. We're still getting pod racing games to this day.
All right,
Saboba.
the pod racing was actually pretty weak.
It was such shit.
Insane.
It was horrible.
This is pod racing.
Yeah,
no,
they
it's fucking not.
Y'all
You're
are
a
such
spaceship
little
and
mainstream
Didn't
fuckers.
care-
You never even saw Phantom Menace.
Didn't care about
I saw Phantom Menace
shitty...
3 times at the theater just to prove to me how shitty it
How was The Hobbit, dude? How was The Hobbit trilogy,
Dodged
bro?
a bullet.
Yeah.
I did not
3
dodge this bullet, unfortunately. I went on to watch subsequently episodes 2 and 3, which were also
I hate
shit.
sand.
Oh, did you get the Yoda battle?
Yeah, they became CGI slop fests. Just garbage. Absolute garbage.
Frank, if we do the mock voice, we can make fun of anything. Oh, I'm your father.
He literally says no.
Man. Oh, bro. He says that and I'm your father,
Sand
too.
gets everywhere.
Okay, number 3.
He said Jar Jar Binks. That's a fucking bar, bro.
Your comedic defense of Jar Jar Binks is actually funny. I will grant.
Don't let me wear the Jar Jar Binks watch around your girl, man.
Number 3. What year were you born, by the way? Remind me.
93.
Okay. This one may not hit super hard for you, but for those of us that know, for those of us that were around, Y2K is an all-time fucking letdown. As
You wanted there to be
as somebody who was 12 years old at that time and a little edgelord shithead, I loved nothing more than the anarchy that Y2K was going to bring. These were things that people were actually saying about Y2K.
Prison gates open, terrorist attack.
I mean,
if it's all has to do with technology, wild dog packs.
This was the shit they were putting out at the time, and I was like I was picturing in my head, I had the ending of Fight Club, like just buildings fucking exploding everywhere, chaos in the streets, the ending of Westworld, where it's just like everything is on fire. Oh my God, I was like, I can't wait for this. This is gonna be my moment. I'm gonna rule the world when this Y2K comes. And then not only did Y2K come and nothing happened, but not even like the computers that they were promising were gonna blow up because they couldn't handle a calendar changing to 00. Never fucking happened. Not one thing.
One thing happened that I did notice. So I was in junior high the week we came back after the holiday break, right? We get a report card, and all of them said January 1st, 1969.
Ooh,
we were like,
that's
what
weird.
the fuck? And the teachers are like, the Y2K bug. I'm like, well, this is the extent of it.
This is all that happened.
Shout out to the Y2K bug. Also, like, that was Best Buy, like a real ad from Best Buy. Those were real like news reports on like how serious it could be.
That image I pulled from an article on Best Buy's blog where they had people who were on the Geek Squad at that time in the late 90s talking about the preparation for Y2K,
Insane.
which amounted to exactly nothing. There was they were prepping for an eventuality that never fucking happened, and nothing happened.
The version of this where I was more like your age for it was 2012. I was a senior in high school, and that was like, the world's ending. It's all going to end.
Oh,
and
because there was like a
absolutely nothing
doomsday
happened.
calendar or something, right? There
Oh,
was
yeah. This was a huge deal. They made movies, Hollywood movie scripts about
That's right. The apocalypse was supposed
it.
to come at that
It was
time.
supposed to
End
happen, I
times.
think, on
That's right.
12/21/12.
Yeah.
I don't know why it wouldn't be 12/12.
This one felt a little more real because the news reports were actually like, hey, wild dogs are about to kill your family.
And it was also like, the computers are going to shut off and dogs are going to show up at your house.
The dogs were in prison.
The dogs were released from their kennel, killing people.
There actually was like at least like a reasoning behind it. Ours was like the Mayan calendar.
Yeah, the
or
Mayan
whatever.
calendar.
This was like the computers are gonna glitch out and everything's gonna fuck and we
It's
don't
all done.
go to shit and we don't know what we're gonna do. Yeah.
And nothing happened.
Without the sex.
Without the sex.
That was
All right.
a bit of a without the sex.
I'm glad you could appreciate
That was a great call.
one.
Y2K,
Yeah.
so far, great list.
Because I
Other
really...
than The Phantom Menace, should have been The Last Jedi, but whatever.
Yeah, dog shit.
Last Jedi was dog shit. Stop. Last Jedi was dog shit. When
All right.
when Luke stands there getting blasted by the lasers and he's like... I was like, I've never
another
left a
trilogy
movie.
that I
You almost
I
laughed.
never left a movie and I was like...
All right. We can relitigate. Maybe we have to do a Star Wars just based on this as like an evergreen.
Yeah,
I think
like
we might
that.
have
I
to do a
like
Star
that. Series
Wars.
included. Series included.
All right. Number 2. This one is very personal, right? The
Okay.
same way Killing Joke was like extremely personal. To this point, I've picked very popular things, right? I've picked things that like a lot of people were let down or felt like Y2K was like some kind of crazy, we got sold a bill of goods, Phantom Menace, everybody hates naturally, and Lost. This one is very personal. It is a famous thing, but it is very personal for me. And that is the movie It. And I am not talking about the remake. I'm not talking about... I'm talking about the OG.
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry It. Stephen King's It, the original.
This is crazy.
Okay, let me tell you why, Andy. Let me tell you why. And you tell me if you agree with this take. When I was a kid and I saw that, let's go back to the first image for a second. When I was a kid and I saw this poster and this book cover, they started, remember we were talking about how they made the movie posters into the book covers for the novels at that time, like Silence of the Lambs, they had the poster become the book cover. This was the book cover. This was the movie poster. It was everywhere. And I was like, holy fuck. This is the most terrifying thing I've ever seen in my entire life. This is nightmare-inducing shit. I'm not particularly scared of clowns, but this one fucking did it to me. And I was like, holy shit. And then you get to the film, which is a 3-hour...
3 hours?
Oh, it's 3 hours long. It's 2 VHSs. This was a double VHS.
Oh, shit.
This was a double VHS at the time. It is
Made
3
for TV,
hours.
right?
Made for TV series.
Tough.
It is 3 hours of a group of friends kind of just talking. There's very minimal scares. Like I'm talking, there is very minimal. This is the type of thing that my friends and I gathered because we were like, holy fuck, this is going to be the scariest thing we've ever done. Let's hide under the fucking blankets. Oh my God, we're going to be terrified. And it was an absolute fucking dud when it came to scares. Now, is there a good story? I guess it depends on who you ask. I'm okay with it. They've now spun off to like, they do the whole remake with Bill Skarsgård. They have the Welcome to Derry series that I think is extremely popular.
Derry, that isn't Derry, Ireland, is it?
No.
Okay.
It's Derry, Connecticut, I think is where it's based.
I actually just Derry, Maine.
Derry, Maine. I knew it was like Northeast. Stephen King,
fake town though, right?
famously
I think so, yeah.
A Northeast writer. Yeah, it just did not scare. It just
Not
did
even
not scare at all.
This here when the kid gets fucking
No.
sucked into the tube.
No,
Oh my
no.
God, look how lifeless his eye. Nah, that still freaks me
That's
out.
freaky maybe. Scary, it didn't even hit like a 4 out of 10 in terms of the
Like we've
scares.
taken it off the screen and I could still see it.
Yeah, not scary.
So if you're being serious.
Not a scary movie.
You gotta watch that clip. It's fucking creepy.
There's some like nightmarish stuff, like
The blood coming out of the sink.
the blood coming out of the sink, the initial scene where he is in the storm grate and is, talking about they all float down here and the paper boat floats down. Nothing even got a 4 out of 10 out of me. I expected the most horrific thing I was ever going to see, and it just did not deliver. It was not
I
scary.
respect it.
It's too long for too few scares. It felt like watching the fucking Goonies, and it just didn't do it for me. Andy, do you disagree? Was it a very scary movie?
I mean, when I was younger, yeah.
How
It was
old?
really scary. I don't know. The first time I watched it, probably 8.
Yeah, I by then I had watched Nightmare on Elm Street, Child's Play, Friday the 13th. This was a huge letdown for me.
I'm
It just
also
didn't do
like,
it.
I don't like clowns. I'm not scared of
Okay.
very many things, but I do not like clowns.
I'm not
They're
scared
not
of clowns. I'll punch a clown right in the face. I don't give a
Child's
shit.
Play was scary? Question mark.
Fuck yeah, a killer doll.
Oh, yo.
By the way, Chucky actually killed people.
Kind of funny though.
My
This
buddy
kid
doll.
got killed.
My buddy doll.
Kind of.
Behind me.
Terrifying,
I
actually.
had to throw mine out because
Yeah.
of Child's Play. I was
No.
that scared of Chucky.
Yeah, it just didn't do it. It didn't enter the pantheon for me. I think the new movies are quite an upgrade in terms of that, right? The actual scares are way higher there. The series, I believe, I haven't watched the series, but I've been told it's quite good. That was the upgrade that it sorely needed because at that time it just didn't do it. It tried to It tried to live on the writing and the storytelling of Stephen King, which, again, you can debate that. You either love it or you hate it. Not a horror movie. Just barely passable as a horror movie. And number one, another universal thing, but I had myself many, many disappointing experiences. And by the way, this is so disappointing because A, it's been around so long, and B, I keep going to the well hoping that it's going to be different. I keep trying. I keep hoping that something is going to change. And that's that bullshit known as Cracker Jack. If you pop that sumbitch open,
wow,
and you
Cracker
get,
Jacks,
here's
being the letdown.
Here's
they were
why.
on the phone to be a future sponsor.
Here's why. It's
Cracker Jack
not the
hasn't
popcorn.
spent $1 in sponsors since 1962.
It's not the popcorn and the nuts itself. It's this bullshit right here.
Prize.
When you call this a prize, and I'm getting a sticker or a temp tattoo, go fuck yourself.
What about the compass?
Shout out to Attempt Tattoo.
Yeah, they don't have that, Frank. You're old as shit, and they probably had compasses when you were cracking these open. When I crack these open, it's a sticker or a temp tattoo. It's some bullshit.
You got my special Cracker Jacks or something where like they didn't want to over sophisticate the prizes, but we used to get like switchblades, cherry bombs.
Yeah, you're old. You're old as shit, Frank.
Classic. What is the song? Take me out to the ball game.
Take me out to the ball game. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. Yeah. Don't take me out and get me Cracker Jack because I'm gonna be disappointed.
Who even
when I
buys
get
Cracker Jacks anymore?
Oh, I love Cracker Jack.
This
Till I open that shit up and look at the prize.
Who can buy
the prize, which is always a shitty sticker. It's like I'd take a shitty Bazooka Joe bubblegum comic strip before I take the sticker from Cracker Jack.
Laffy Taffy jokes.
Garbage.
If the food was invented in the 40s or the 20s or whenever, and they haven't updated anything, I'm out.
Yeah.
You could do a Cracker Jack gingerbread house. Oh, Cracker Jack also makes the shitty grandma's cookies.
There you go.
Shitty's grandma's cookies.
That's what I know them as.
Yeah.
Oh, it's owned by Frito-Lay.
Now, but by the way, there was a time, and I long for that. There was a time where there were some decent prizes in there. I'm not old enough to have experienced that. Granddaddy over here obviously is.
You respect your elders, son.
Fuck.
Granddaddy's crazy.
When I the first time that my I don't remember if it was my mom or my dad, but it was definitely at a baseball game. They were like, "Let's get some Cracker Jack." I was like, "Oh, great!"
Gotta do it at the baseball game.
You read the little thing, prize inside. Oh, what a lucky boy I am! Dig through. Don't even eat the shit first. Just digging through. Jeez. And I pulled out a goddamn sticker. It was over for me. It was over.
Ruined
from that
your
point.
day, huh?
My life.
Brendan QFG in the chat is saying that grandma's cookies are fire. You couldn't be more wrong. The one in the brown packages, absolutely not. Learn to make some real cookies.
The ones that float around here?
What's the yeah?
Oh yeah, fuck those cookies.
That's fucking shit.
What are they? Crumbly?
It's so bad. What's the best prize y'all have ever gotten in like a cereal box or something? When the first trilogy was coming out,
what was in there?
They had lightsaber spoons, and this was when
I remember that.
Mace Windu, purple lightsaber.
Purple
I've always
lightsaber.
been a purple guy. He was always my favorite. Also, just Samuel L.
He was your favorite. Mace Windu?
Bro, the purple lightsaber was fucking legendary.
Which
Fuck
was his
me,
idea.
Jesus
A little bit
Christ.
problematic looking back on it, but that's neither.
Why
here
is
nor
that
there.
problematic? It was his request. He asked for the purple one.
Mace Windu with the purple lightsaber, and I got the purple spoon. It was sick.
I don't remember what my best thing was, but I always did do the ones where you collect and then send away. Right?
Really?
You're talking about the ones where there's just a prize inside. They had all these ones that were like, you buy 3 boxes of Special K, you send it off, and you get something.
Yeah. And you got like you collected like the tabs. At
You
the
collect
top.
the
You ate
UPCs.
Special K growing up, right?
I love Special K.
It was on your
my
list
favorite
of
cereal.
top cereals.
It's my number one by a million miles. They sent me lots of items over the years.
Another one that I loved when the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans were coming out, you could get Spider-Man cereal, and then they had like a fake web shooter inside.
Fuck out of here. In there?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I swear to God, they used to have some sick one. Oh yeah, look at this. I'm looking up best
see.
cereal prizes. That's the lightsaber spoon,
Oy.
which is it's sick, bro. Come on.
Nah.
I definitely
jank,
when
with the little jank.
I get diagnosed with cancer later in my life, they're gonna be like,
With this healthcare
Did you have that Mace Windu spoon?
Did you eat with the lightsaber spoon back in the day from Kellogg's? I'm like,
eat the Cracker Jacks?
yeah, I
Why would
did.
you
And they're
eat the
just
Cracker
like,
Jacks?
you're actually lucky that this didn't happen sooner. With the Spider-Man cereal prize. Yes, this thing right here.
Let's see it.
It was like the squeezable thing. Did y'all ever have the Spider-Man Pop-Tarts?
I did have those, yeah.
Yo, and it was like, talk about made in a lab. It was like a red pastry with the blue icing and the web icing on top of it as well. Take me back.
I do have to say,
ripping the Spider-Man game on GameCube.
The spoon and the web shooter look janky as fuck. Now I'm wondering.
All janky. It's stuffed into a fucking cereal box.
So now I'm considering, do I actually even want the shitty prizes that Cracker Jack used to have, or would those be too janky for me to appreciate too?
Rick thinks he's getting a world-class toy for free in a fucking box of popcorn.
Pete and Pete episode about this very thing.
Shout out to fucking Pete and Pete, man.
Nickelodeon goats.
What was the intro theme for Pete and Pete?
I can't remember the name of the band that did that.
It was-
Killing Joke.
No,
it wasn't.
Was it actually?
No.
Pete and Pete intro theme was Pete and Pete. Are we gonna get
DCMA? Yeah, don't do it.
What's your list, bro?
Uh-oh, I can hear myself. Oh yeah, there it is.
All right. Now kill it.
Nobody heard it. It's fine. Me so ready to hear your list.
Speaking of, do we have the watch?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Don't let me pull up on your woman wearing this, or it's a wrap.
Wait, hold on. Show the other picture again.
Jar Jar watch.
Go back to the open one.
It doesn't look.
Yo, this
What
is.
the hell? Why is it vertical?
This is some.
They literally
Pete and
shot
Pete,
this
man.
out in the same factory they do Grandma's cookies.
Yeah.
They were like, what do we do with all this extra plastic?
We made
just make some
Cracker
Jar-
Jacks and Grandma's cookies and the Jar Jar Binks watches.
Is this what you're taking on your dates, Connor?
Yeah, hell yeah, I am.
I got
Fucking
news for you,
right.
buddy.
Oh, I got that shit on me.
With this lightsaber
Yeah, I also
spoon.
said, with the lightsaber spoon, I actually pulled that out of the jacket. They're like, oh, my uncle passed away because he got cancer because he ate with the lightsaber spoon. And he.
That's how you'll know she's the one when you pull out that. When you pull out that.
He
spoon,
unfortunately he couldn't afford coverage because of Obamacare. Yeah, it's a huge letdown.
Yo, this
Some would say
disinformation campaign
biggest.
against Obamacare.
Some
I don't know
would
how I
say
feel.
the biggest letdown. I also said.
Single pair.
I also said Last Jedi was shit. I meant Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, I knew. Well, when you said the scene about Luke getting.
Rise of Skywalker was shit.
Yeah.
Okay, my list. Here we go. Speaking of cereal and the spoon and all that, and blah blah blah. Pound for pound, biggest letdown. You're hungry. You want a snack. Maybe after dinner. I'm a big cereal dessert guy.
I like that too. Yeah.
Pour yourself a bowl. You're like, oh, it's gonna be fucking fire. Maybe some Reese's Puffs or something like that. You go to the fridge. You open it up. No milk. Yeah, absolutely no milk. What do? Do I do it with water? Do I just
Raw
eat it
dog it?
dry?
Yep.
Or do I just completely give it up and put it back in the box?
What is your move usually?
Heart sinks. It's going back in the box.
Really?
I'm not eating it dry. I'm
I'm a dry cereal.
Hell no. I
Crunch
can't
that
do it.
shit.
I have to. No, I can't do it. I gotta have that.
Okay, what about just run out and get some milk?
Yeah, you could do that, but that's a disappointment in its own right. That's a letdown in its own right.
Yeah, that one hurts.
Number 4, we go to the world of combat sports. This one is actually very top of mind. It happened recently. Number 4, Patchy Mix. Sold as the bantamweight GOAT. He told us going into it, he will be champion. He unfortunately went 0-2. Mario Bautista, Jacob Wiklas, and finds himself in Ryzen, and now in Ryzen. Gets finished there as well.
God damn.
Patchy Mix, signed to the UFC, ended up being a letdown. Number 3, a place many Americans go to on vacation, a destination, some would say. And it just turns out to not be that cool. The founding of our country, Plymouth Rock. They sell it to you as it's going to be this gigantic boulder. That's where they landed. Nope. It's just a pebble in the sand. Little gate around it. Go see it. That woman right like to the
Green
rocks
vest?
like 11 o'clock. No. The rocks 11 o'clock with the pink skirt. You can tell she is thinking, this is fucking it. This is it. What a fucking letdown. I actually think pound for pound, this has to be one of the things that people go and see and we're like, man, what a letdown that was.
Yeah, did this come up during tourist traps or no?
I think it did, but yeah, it's a massive letdown. Number 2, also a movie, also a cultural phenomenon. Avatar: The Last Airbender live action movie to the point where people no longer even recognize that it happened.
This is Shyamalan, right?
Yes.
Came out in 2010, yeah. M. Night Shyamalan, some of his absolute worst work. What the fuck is this? Now they're trying again with a Netflix series. People are saying it's better. I can't make myself try. 3.9 on IMDb on almost 200,000 ratings.
Oof.
In 3D.
Now, you were a huge fan of this series.
Growing up on Nickelodeon, yep. People always shit on me because like I get a couple of the facts wrong. I haven't watched it in like a decade.
Oh yeah, people.
That's why. But yeah, all time animated series. Horrible live action remake. They tried to make Dragon Ball Z movies too that are complete dog shit.
Are there any? I was gonna say, are there any anime live actions that are good? I don't know enough of the world.
No. They've done an Attack on Titan live action. Looked so fucking bad. You just
leave it anime.
Just leave it anime. Just leave it animation, man.
Although, there's a one.
Okay, all right, that's not terrible.
There's a One Piece thing on. Yeah, but that's animated series being converted to live action. That's not anime.
Yeah, but I guess
Transformers was a.
Hey, shut up.
Even matter.
Is what?
I'm actually with you here, Frankie.
Thank you.
Yeah, Transformers was like a.
What was it?
It's an anime
It started
that
as an
was
anime.
brought
Oh,
over
okay.
to the States.
All right, fair enough. I didn't know the history. My dad asked me to log into my Netflix because he wants to watch One Piece.
Nice.
Oh yeah,
Is that a live action?
No.
There is a live action.
It is, but he's definitely talking about the animated series.
To
He's
log
talking
into your Netflix,
Yeah.
that's probably for the live action.
Oh,
you would need
Dad.
to be on like Crunchyroll to watch the anime.
Dad.
Yeah, is
The
it not
live
good?
action's
I thought
actually
people
pretty
were saying
good.
it's good.
Well,
I
it
like
can't
it.
be as good as the OG,
No,
right?
well, it's more condensed. There's like 1,000
Okay.
episodes of the anime. There's only the second season.
2 seasons. Yeah, you are right. You
It
are
is
right.
good. I recommend it.
All right.
Yep.
Shout out to my dad. He knows ball. He's trying to watch
Yeah, he
it.
does.
Yeah, ballish nowhere.
But
Nah,
he
I'm
was the one
trusting
that got you
Frank
the
on this
Cracker
one.
Jacks, so that was the grandparents.
Okay, number one, speaking
Nah,
of movies, speaking
probably
of
Dad.
film, anything great there. Number one, you and your homie, you sit down, you've been dying to show him this movie. Like, you're so hyped to show him it. For me, like an Interstellar or something like that. It's a long movie. They get up to go to the bathroom, and you're like, oh, and like you go to pause it, and they're like,
Oh, I hate that.
nah, man, don't pause it.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the
heartbreak.
worst.
Heartbreak. Absolute heartbreak. Gut wrencher. Rip your heart out of your chest. Nah, don't pause it, man. I don't give a fuck.
Or you look
I don't
over
care
during
what
a
I
cool
missed.
scene and they're just on their phone.
Oh,
It's like, what are
the
you doing?
worst. The worst. Or
You're like, yo.
Oh, the worst though, Mrs. Mysterious. I'm like, have you seen this movie? No, I haven't. Oh, you can't wait. Watch it halfway through. Oh yeah, I've seen this. Like, what the fuck?
No.
That's not that bad, though.
Oh, I hate that because I'm like,
But
expecting.
do you keep watching and enjoy it?
You know me, dude. I'll walk out if the credits are spelled wrong.
I don't get it. What was the answer to my question?
I'll
Do you continue to watch the film
I keep
with each
watching
other?
it.
Okay, so then that's a good experience.
Yeah, but then like the rest of the movie is full of me complaining about how she should have known better.
Yeah, well, that sounds like a you problem. This one does hit the heart for sure.
Yeah.
Because you are so invested in that, and they're just like, no, I don't give a
Oh, yeah.
fuck.
Another one would be, you put your heart and soul into recommending something to someone, and you're like, you specifically, I think would enjoy this. And then they never follow through on it.
Yeah.
Like someone we know that we work with.
Any people in particular?
Yeah, man. What are you trying to get at?
Other letdowns, Game of Thrones.
I mean,
Final season was
yeah,
dog shit.
they didn't
What were
even
you gonna say?
try.
Okay, I thought you were going to defend it. The final season of Game of Thrones.
I probably would have had that in place of Lost because of what I've heard, but I didn't watch Game of
You
Thrones.
dodged the bullet.
Because of that. I waited till the series was over and did not start until the ending and did not watch.
Yeah, Jordan keeps being like, oh yeah, I'm rewatching it, blah blah blah. I'm like, why, dude? The
I don't think he's
ending-
ever seen it before.
I know, I haven't either. I'm not going to start though.
If you stop at season 6 at the end of it, it's like
No, you don't stop.
you do stop.
No, you
And
can't
he's
stop.
like, I knew the Red Wedding was coming. We're like, okay.
Then why watch it again? That's a number 2. Why watch it?
That's another example
the Red
of like
Wedding
it was
was coming.
spoiled for him beforehand.
Yeah, of course.
So.
You knew the Red Wedding was coming. Okay. So no point in watching. What else? Waking up right before the alarm goes off.
Oh, that's the worst.
And you're like, oh, I think I'm about to sleep in. Nah.
It's like 3 minutes before your alarm goes
That's what
off.
I'm saying. Like 3 minutes.
Hot take. I actually like that a lot.
Oh hell no.
I'm like, I beat it.
No,
I won.
no.
I won the
Can't
game. I'm up early.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
Do you also use sandpaper when you exfoliate?
Some people are saying Stranger Things.
I'm with you. Stranger Things ending was dog shit.
Some people are saying this pound for pound topic is a bit of a letdown.
They were let down by the letdown list. What is the poll saying?
Anybody saying Killing Joke?
Who's Joe? Whose list led you down the most? Mysterious rank 46%.
Yeah, no shit.
Matrix 4, yeah, that was bad. Dragon Ball live action, yeah, that was shit.
Live action anime is just not.
Aspinall versus Gon, that's not bad. That was a letdown.
That isn't bad.
That is not bad. That was
for
a letdown.
fight ones.
Yeah.
Rashad versus Rampage is my gold standard.
Okay, Lewis and Ngannou?
Nah, trust me. Rampage versus Rashad is number one. And
it was just shit.
They had the season of tough of all time. Rampage ripping the door, them jawing at each other. It was perfect. It was the best rival we could possibly have. And it was just a fucking wrestle fest. And it was heartbreaking. It was, okay, imagine if Charles and Max had spent years building up their rivalry and then Charles did that to Max. That is the equivalent. That is what that was. Years of, oh, I'm going to let you have it. We're going to do it. I'm going to beat your ass, BMF this, blah, blah, blah. And then the fight comes, and it is just dry humping. Just the worst version.
Tough.
Yeah.
Kimbo Dada 5000?
No, fuck. That was a great fight. They almost died.
Waking up and realizing someone ate your leftover pizza. Yeah, your leftovers being gone is gut-wrenching. Let down on a whole new lever.
Lever? Shout out to Steven, who's helping us here today. He showed a picture of the home run derby CD-ROM game from Post Serial.
Ooh,
look at this. Look at the partnerships that are involved here. MLB, Upper Deck, the Players Union, EA Sports, America Online, and Post.
Wow.
They really fucking brought it all together for that.
Who's on the, yeah, there it is. Who's all on the cover here?
All right, so that's Piazza.
John Smoltz, Piazza.
Vlad
Guerrero.
Who's 5?
Castillo on the Marlins.
Who's 5 on the Phillies?
I don't know. Shane Victorino?
No, that's not Shane Victorino.
No telling.
Let's see.
Is this the NL East edition too? There were different editions of it? Now, is this a letdown or was this a great serial
This was a good prize, is what he's saying.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to think of any other letdowns. There's a lot. My whole life.
Just keep coming back, man.
Any voicemails, Frankie?
Ahoy, hoy. What's up, boys in the back? This is Austin, calling out of Austin, Texas.
Hey, shout out Austin Squared.
I want you guys to tell me what's the biggest glaze here, all right?
Okay.
Is it Rick's glaze over Gable's deep sun, or is it Connor's glaze over the Julio Jones catch against the Falcons and the Patriots? Shout out Frank. Thank you.
Okay. My glaze may be bigger, but my glaze is warranted. We haven't seen what Gable is going to do in MMA yet. The Julio Jones catch should have a statue of it built outside Mercedes-Benz Stadium right now, and we should have been Super Bowl champions. Just have to kick the field goal with Matt Bryant, one of the greatest kickers in the league that year. Just, you could always rely on him. He was going to make it. Game would have been over. Super Bowl champs. Would be retired as a Falcons fan. Me, personally, I would be done cheering for the Falcons because I saw him win the Super Bowl. Matt Ryan, Hall of Famer, MVP that year. Yeah, so I'll take the glaze on that one.
Yeah, it's you. We agree.
Oh, fellas, I just called like a few hours ago talking about, potential White House shit, and they already announced it. And, of course, Shadows do Bronx Oliveira. My boy just won. Absolute fucking dom of fucking nation. Do we understand? I'm smoking a cigar on my fucking patio right now in the name of Shadows Oliveira.
Charles.
No me es Shadows Oliveira. Man, it's just so happy. Gone Pereira, I like it because honestly, I don't want to see fucking John in an interim fucking belt because we know the motherfucker's not going to fight Tom. Why are we going to put John in an interim belt when we know he's not going to fight Tom? everyone's gonna hate on this fucking card. I already know when you guys do this show. If you put this on, I already know everyone's gonna hate it. But we got my boy Rufy and Charles Oliveira. Charles versus Conor, International Fight Week. What do you think, boys? Let's fucking go.
I love that energy.
Love the call. Love the idea that you're up late after UFC 326 on your porch smoking a heater, and you gave us a call to leave a voicemail. You know, you just got to get the takes off. There might not be anybody up with you to discuss with. Got to get the takes off. Love the call. Love the energy. Also, the Charles is fantastic.
Charles. Shout out to Charles Oliveira. Big one.
Boys in the back. Long-time listener, first-time caller. This is Ralph out of Delaware.
What up, Ralph?
Hey, I was wondering what your thoughts were about Eddie Hearn taking Tom Aspinall under his wing, and who else you might think Eddie Hearn might represent in the UFC, and if you think that he'll end up poaching them and having them box under his umbrella under Matchroom, and who, like I said, who you think might go next under Eddie Hearn's wing. All right, boys, keep up the good work. Talk to you later.
Absolutely no telling who could be next, but I do imagine he's going to be trying to land pretty big fish in this pond, as written by, Tom Aspinall.
It also wouldn't make sense for Eddie Hearn. He is the reason it's hard to determine who Eddie Hearn's going to get is a few things. One, Tom Aspinall didn't have representation, right? His dad had been managing him his whole career, and so he was waiting for the right opportunity. So it's not like he left an existing manager, right? His dad is still obviously very much a part of this conversation with Eddie Hearn. Whereas most everybody else, unless I'm not thinking of somebody, there's like very rare occasions where somebody doesn't have representation. They'd have to be leaving their current representation. So that's one obstacle, is like you have to sever that relationship. The second obstacle is you're leaving potentially representation that has a good working relationship with the UFC, as most of them do, and leaving to go to Dana White's opposition, right? Now, granted, Dana White has been pretty cordial about it, saying like, I've tried to negotiate opposite Tito Ortiz. I'll negotiate with anybody. Eddie's just a manager. Maybe it's not going to be contentious. I have a feeling it might get contentious, especially if Tom Aspinall and Eddie Hearn are asking for more money, and then all of a sudden that becomes a problem. So you're potentially leaving favorable UFC relationship for unfavorable UFC relationship as far as your manager goes. That's another obstacle. A third obstacle is if you're Eddie Hearn, you don't want to take on 15 clients because you only really want to represent the top guys. You have a full-time promotional business on the boxing side. I don't think Eddie Hearn has time to become a steady diet MMA manager, having 15, 20, 30 guys on a roster that he has to then do all this like representation and negotiation for. So I think Eddie will be for a very select few fighters, right? And Tom Aspinall is one that makes a lot of sense. You'd have to be unhappy with your current manager.
Yep. Can I throw a couple names out?
Sure.
We're going to stay in line with the Brits.
Sure.
Paddy Pimblett?
He has a long-standing relationship with Graham. I don't know that he would jump, right? Like, that's the problem. If he really thought that, look, there have to be some fighters out there that have current representation that are looking around the landscape and go, fucking hell, Eddie Hearn would be a fantastic manager. I'd like that. But you do have to then sever a relationship with existing representation. Tom didn't have to do that, which was a major lack of an obstacle there. I mean, you could throw out any name that you have under the UFC, and I'd probably go, it would make sense for them because I think Eddie would just be better. Eddie would probably just be better.
Dakota Ditchwa?
Oh, so now we're thinking MMA, but non-UFC. That's an interesting one. Yeah, I don't know. I forget who represents Dakota, but the answer is probably yes. I don't know that I look around the landscape and go, there's somebody who's going to be a better spokesperson for their athlete than Eddie Hearn. Now, when it comes to knowing the MMA management game, there's tons of great managers out there, right? We talked to some of them on the show. We have all kinds of fighters from representation that exists in the sphere right now. There's guys doing the job pretty capably right now, but that would be, you'd be giving them the benefit of, you guys know the game. You've gotten me good deals in the past. I'm happy with you. As far as like who's going to do the best job promoting me and what I have to do, it's always like Eddie Hearn's always going to be the answer. He's the best promoter in probably all of sports. He is just that guy. And so you have to make that decision on like what's right for you. All the British fighters, I think, would stand to do well to have Eddie Hearn in their corner for sure.
James Tahuna?
James Tahuna would be great with Eddie Hearn. He could get him back on track. He can get him back in the ring.
It's a great point.
He had a boxing match, didn't he?
Yeah, and then he called out Jake Paul.
Oh, yeah.
Conor McGregor?
Fuck no, man. Fuck Conor.
Again, he's been with the same representation that he has a stake in for his entire
He's
career.
been without his entire career. I don't think he's leaving.
It becomes a loyalty. It becomes a long-standing relationship thing. It's much more dicey to unpack than the very specific Tom Aspinall situation where he was like, I got nobody, now I got one of the best guys in the game.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens though.
I would expect that he gets more, but I don't know who they are.
Hey guys, I called in a couple of weeks ago just to give some love to all the women that called in.
Shout out to the women.
Shout out.
And I mentioned I was going to my first live event.
That's
UFC
right. That's right.
326.
Oh, it's here.
I went this past weekend and it was amazing.
Okay.
I got there on Friday for the weigh-ins and just walking around Vegas. Everyone's wearing UFC shirts. Stop and talk to everybody about the fights. And then the event itself was just amazing. The event, the atmosphere, the crowd, the fights, it was like 1,000 times better than I ever could have imagined. So just being a super fan that watches all the fights every weekend, finally getting to be there in person and experience it was just incredible. So it was worth every single penny. Highly recommend if anyone can go that they do go and experience that in person. Okay, love you guys. Bye.
Shout out.
Thank you so much for the call. Congratulations on having a great first event.
Glad you did.
Not the best card for it.
The first time you go to a UFC event, it is
it's like
it's an experience. It's like holy fuck, like I'm
100%.
here.
Wow. Congrats.
Yeah.
I'm glad it went well. Yeah. Sounds amazing. Hopefully you get to go to another one soon.
Hi, boys in the back. This is Eric Stead. I just would like to chance now to shout out to the champion Tom Aspinall to recover fully.
It's your dad.
Kudos
It's my
to
actual
Tom
dad.
for signing with Matchroom Talent Agency since the UFC disrespected him. Perhaps other UFC champions will eventually get paid what they deserve if they follow Tom's lead.
Tell him, Dad.
Who's to check?
Who's to
Mr.
check,
Helwani,
Dad?
Your MVP presser was a class act. I'm tired of hearing the UFC through Dana White bitch and moan instead of promoting the fights and fighters. Thanks, boys in the back, for providing your audience during the watch parties of the UFC events. It means a lot to all the fans out there, and thanks for everything that you do. Mr. Helwani, thank you for putting together the Uncrowned Network, which is really fantastic. Thank you, and Zaitien.
Shout out to my dad.
Shout out to Mr. Jackman for the call. Wow. Fantastic.
Legend.
Came with the heat, too.
Yeah, he's like, I'm sick of Dana White shit. Hopefully some champions get paid. Shout out to my dad, William Jackman, fucking living legend. Love you, Dad.
Shout out, Billy.
Howdy! Boys in the back, Big B here. Shout out
What's up, Big B?
to Houston's own Mysterious Frank.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
Hey, did you notice they played Poppy during the 326 broadcast? That was sick. Anyway, band recommendation. Not enough space.
Okay.
Devil Left Me on Red is a razor. Speaking of Houston's own, Josh Van defends the belt against Tatsuro Taira soon. I've been rocking with Van since his debut when I told my friends he'd be the champ within 3 years.
Wow.
Damn.
He did it in 2.
Fucking
My
take.
buddies and I got a noise complaint when he won the title. Anyway, fuck Queen. Will we see Fight Feast Myanmar in honor of the champ? Big B out.
Damn, Big B brought it.
Shout out to Big B, man. Love the energy.
Wait, Frankie, let's talk about the music stuff first.
Yeah, man.
Did we
I heard
track
Poppy? It was
Poppy?
great. Yeah, we
Okay.
was talking to the chat about it. It was great.
And then, did you hear of the band that he recommended before? I forgot what he said it was.
No, I missed
Okay. Well, there's a recommendation for you.
I think he said the banger song was like She Didn't Text Back or something.
Yeah, it was
Devil Didn't
Razor,
Text
he
Back.
said.
Rager.
Oh, Rager?
Yeah, I think it was
guess.
Rager is what he said.
Shout out.
What else did he say in there?
Josh Van is
Oh,
champ.
yeah,
We should
yeah.
do Burmese for
Burmese food? Might be on to something there. Might be on to something.
Yo, Chris from Salt Lake City.
Shout out to Salt Lake.
BMF my ass.
Oh, Chris.
That was worse than Hamzat and DDP.
Chris.
Ow.
Wow.
Shout out to Chris.
Was that left on Saturday night? It sounded like he had a couple Modelo's for the fight and then decided to call in. Shout out
We got
to
a
you,
guy
Chris.
smoking a cigar and a guy dropping those Modelo's.
I guess you can't really crush Modelo's in Salt Lake City like that, you know?
In the comfort of your home, you can.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Where would you buy them?
Shout out to the secret Mormon wives. Secret
Secret lives of Mormon wives, yeah.
The wives themselves are not secret.
The secret wives of Mormon wives.
The secret wife. Jesus.
24-inch Dubs here, and I have a question for you guys. Am I being a D1 Glazer
Yes.
and hater in work
Oh.
if I don't want to listen to people's family stories in work, my coworkers' stories about their kids and like, oh, this one's going to college, this one's going to high school? I don't want to listen to Helwani's kids making fun of them and like Eric's kids or Frank, whatever is going on with him and his wife, or like Connor and his shit. I want to hear all that shit. I don't want to hear my coworker shit. I'm sick of hearing that shit. Can you guys like, you feel me?
Yeah.
That's it. I'm out.
Absolutely.
I think this just comes down to you don't like your coworkers.
Yeah, I
That's-
agree.
I think that's all it is. You're like, I want to hear the bullshit about the people I have not even met in person, but fuck my coworkers. I just don't think you like your coworkers.
Is it a little bit of a glaze and a compliment to us though that we're interesting and his coworkers are dull as shit?
Yeah. Well, we're not that interesting. I bet his coworkers got
I
some cool
agree.
stories. I bet his coworkers got some cool stories.
I bet they could do a pretty mean pound for pound list.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Shout out to your coworkers. Fuck them.
Tell them to get better stories.
Tell them to start watching the show so they can learn what you want to talk about, and then they'll.
Tell them to get better kids. Tell
Yeah,
them,
that's
Tell
true.
them their kids shouldn't be so fucking
I wonder if he's
boring.
like, my friend Ariel shit his pants in Egypt once.
Shout out 24-inch Dubs.
Shout out to 24-inch.
Boys, Eric from the Big Breadstick. Got
Oh,
two White House
Shout
questions
out.
for you.
Big breadstick.
First one. Over under 2.5 Trump dance celebrations on the White House card?
Under.
And the second question, GC, if you're doing a Freedom 250 fight feast, what would be on the menu? Favorite day of the week, thanks to you guys. Love the show. Shout out 93 babies.
Shout out to 93 babies. Appreciate the call. Shout out to
We're literally beating up babies.
Thursday.
93 babies.
We're beating up 93 babies, not 93 babies. We're beating up
Specifically babies
93.
born in 90.
Beating
Correct.
up babies.
Beating up babies. 93 babies. Shout out. What else did he say in the call?
About the Freedom.
Where would
Freedom
you do the fight feast?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Where would I do the fight feast?
Is it like Washington
McDonald's.
based? Is it?
Yeah. Do we do it in Washington? Easy train ride for us. Do we do like best burger in NYC?
Because it's like American, right?
Yeah,
It's
I
all
feel like
American.
anyone
Hot dog
makes-
burger.
Yeah,
something.
anyone makes fun of Americans. They're just like, oh, burger.
Freedom fries?
burger,
Best freedom fries?
Fat asses. Yeah, but then that's like French fries.
I know, but they're freedom,
Freedom
fries.
fries.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm probably just going to eat a bunch of burgers and make a burger of my own. I'm not really a burger guy. I want to make my own homemade smash burgers.
Is Washington known for some kind of specific
Barbecue, I
cuisine?
thought.
Is it?
Wait,
No.
Washington?
Washington
It's like a famous
famous
barbecue spot.
foods. Or do I just get McDonald's? Because isn't that what Trump loves?
That's a good point. Maha, you know?
Do I get the big arch?
Yeah. The CEO could barely fucking take a bite of the
That
thing.
was all planned.
Ooh, I typed in famous foods from Washington and it gave me Washington State, which we'll be in just 2 weeks. This time, 2 weeks from now, we'll be at the Muck.
We'll be making a show from the Muck.
Fuck. Live show from the Muckle Juve Casino, baby, and resort. Wow. Yeah. So, yeah, burgers for sure. Burgers will be on the menu. Maybe some,
Little taters.
yeah, maybe some taters. Like, what?
Little hot
what
dog.
yeah, maybe burgers and dogs.
Gotta
Like,
have American cheese on it,
other
right?
American dishes, hamburgers, french fries, fried chicken. Mac and cheese.
I don't think of those things instantaneously for
I
America.
think
It's the burger and
bro.
fries.
I
It's the
think
burger,
burger,
and fries.
man. Wow. I'm actually on the official page. Banana bread we're credited with.
Okay.
Cornbread.
I mean, these are better tasting foods in my opinion.
Eggs Benedict?
I don't think of them first.
Apple pie, cherry pie.
Apple pie.
Apple pie for dessert.
The phrase is literally
Yeah.
American as apple pie.
Chicken fried steak?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what's on the menu. We got to find
burger
and an
fries,
apple pie.
and an apple pie.
Oh, that's great.
Hey man, it's Connor calling in.
Oh, what the
I just
fuck?
had a quick question about the
This is
White
what my
House.
voice sounds like? Fuck.
You were putting on one though. You were doing a little bit of a
something.
gimmick
That sounded
voice.
horrible. Jesus, I forgot. We called in. We called ourselves last week.
Oh, that's great.
Hey
Why are
man,
you playing it again?
it's Connor
No, I was
calling
in here
in.
twice. I'm
I
sorry.
just had a quick question about the White House card.
Some boys in the back, aka the brothers in the back. It's Uncle Homo. Get one blind rank for GC this time.
Okay.
Rank, who would you like to do a fight feast with? Hoatan.
2.
Max Holloway.
3.
Patty the Batty.
4.
Arman Tsarukyan.
Fuck. 1, but you're going to say Volk. 5. Fuck.
Oops.
I fucked it.
Did you say oops?
He said shoots.
Okay.
Yeah, I fucked it. Actual ranking would be Volk 1.
Armin 2.
Armin 2. Poetan 3.
Over Patty. I know you had Patty 4, but I feel like Patty would
3,
be
Patty 3 because he eats like a fucking.
it'd be so fun.
Alex and Max, all of them would be a dream. All of them would be a dream.
I that dude's called in a bunch of times. I love his voice. Shout out to the 808.
I am saying, speaking of
Without
93
the
babies,
sex.
in the chat, someone said, GC said he graduated in 2012 and he was born in 93. Was he held back? 19-year-old senior is crazy work. My birthday is after graduation. I was 18 years old when I graduated. Is that late?
I don't know.
18-year-old
17.
senior in high school?
Yeah, you're fucking held back. Just say it. It's all right.
I guess I got held back.
No, isn't it a thing where like, and I'm going through this with my own kids, where like, depending on where your birthday falls, sometimes you're 5 in kindergarten, sometimes you're 4 in kindergarten. I was 4 heading into kindergarten.
I will say having a July birthday.
Yeah, I had an August birthday, so.
Well, yeah, depending on what state as well. Like the
Yeah, they have different rules for that.
Yeah. I was always, I guess, like older-ish for my grade, but I was never the oldest.
I was always young for my grade.
Yeah.
So I think it's basically come down to that. You entered 1 year ahead of me, age-wise, and I entered at 4, turning 5 the following summer.
No, Blackbird says, my bad. I was just curious. No, it's all good. Blackbird, we're all friends here. You called me a fucking
you called
idiot.
him an idiot.
You called me
It's
a
all
fucking
good.
idiot that got held back. Fucking dummy. Dunce. But it's all good, man.
Did someone accompany you to class every day?
Frank, don't pile on.
Yeah, I had to wear
Hey, what's
helmet.
up, boys in the back? This is Adam calling in from the Netherlands. I don't have a question this week. I
Love
was
Adam.
just watching the show right now, actually, and I just had an observation that GC, you have one of the most impressive wardrobes I think I've ever seen, man. Like
appreciate it, bro.
the collection of merch you have from all the different fighters. But then I've also noticed like the soccer jersey selection is pretty unbelievable as well.
It's elite.
Just wanted to let you know that it doesn't go unnoticed. You've got an outstanding wardrobe, so I admire everything it must have taken to put it together. Have a great show, guys. Take care.
Adam, I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. Rocking the classic Matador shirt today. Yeah, have a great collection of T-shirts, an even better collection of soccer jerseys. And the craziest part is, this is just what I wear to work. Like, this isn't like
dressed up.
This isn't day to day. When the kid gets dressed up, it's a whole different story. All right, it's a whole different story.
Wait till they see the Jar Jar watch this one.
Hey, don't let me put the Jar Jar on. Yeah, people saying D1 Glazer. He is a D1 Glazer, but rightfully so. It's okay to compliment your friends. I appreciate you, Adam. Hey, don't let me put that shit on my wrist.
There's something that looks wrong about that thing.
What are you
I gotta
saying,
see
bro?
it. It's just
Why do they?
It looks like
the way the
hair off his
ears,
jaw
the,
to show
the
the neck?
ears.
I'm not gonna lie. It kind of looks like the. It looks like the.
Can you show it open again?
Show it open again. It looks like the Hugh Jackman movie 43 nutsack on the neck.
Is this like the inside of his head? Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah.
It's so gross.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
What's up, boys in the back? This is Joel from Melbourne, just calling in.
What's up,
Love
Joel?
the show, boys. I was just listening to the reaction podcast that Ariel put out following the most recent UFC event, following Max Holloway and Charles Oliveira. Sorry, I don't know, I'm like mentally blanking today. It's early in the morning in Oz. And he talks about something that I think is a sentiment that a lot of people have about fights not mattering, to kind of put it bluntly there. Like, fights just, they don't have stakes attached to them. He made just like a little comment about that. And not to necessarily, you know, question you guys about something that someone else said. Also, I want to say, like, I feel that as well, and I think a lot of the fan base feels that. I've been a fan since 2019, watching all the time. But I feel like a lot of people feel a release I do. It's kind of hard to care about these fights. I just wanted to ask, in your guys' opinion, how can the UFC make us care about these fights?
Mm-hmm.
What can change? Because it's not like fighting hasn't gotten less interesting. Fighting has only gotten better
for sure
over the course of the sport's existence. But the fights are more entertaining. If you go back and watch old fights, sure, they're like brutal slugfests, but the quality has gotten so much better over the years. What do you guys think it is, and how can they change and make us more interested? I was talking to someone recently about kind of the old light heavyweight and heavyweight division, and we were just kind of listing some of the great characters. You know, your Shogun Huas, your Chuck Liddells, your Tito Ortizes, those types of things. And you kind of knew who everyone was. You knew everyone's, like, gimmick, for lack of a better term, and kind of who each character was. Have those characters gone away, or have we just kind of stopped hearing about them? I'd be really interested to hear kind of what your guys' thoughts are, because, you know, obviously we all love the sport, but it's kind of hard to love the fights right now. So how can the UFC make us care about the fights again? Thanks, boys.
Appreciate the call, brother. As always, got mad love for the Ausses. Nice set of pipes on that guy.
Yeah, good voice.
Nice set of pipes. Yeah, I mean, it's a difficult question just with where they're at, but I mean, they have 700 plus guys on the roster now, and they're doing fight cards 43 times a year. And so you just have these 15 deep cards, and half the time you're sort of just like, who is this guy?
Mm-hmm.
And who's the guy he's fighting? And they're both under 500, and they're both 1 and 2 in the UFC. And like you said, the biggest thing is stakes. That is the quickest way to care about a fight, when you are invested in the outcome of it. And it just kind of feels like there's so many fights that have zero stakes attached to them whatsoever. And then if you don't know who the guy is and there's no stakes attached to the fight, what's going to make you care? You're there just to watch it. Now, some of this does fall on the fighters. Like, look at the fighters that go out there, like Arman Silva, who puts on super entertaining fights. He's always posting on social media. Whenever he gets in front of a microphone, he's taking that opportunity. We didn't know who this guy was until he was on Contender Series in 2023, less than 3 years ago. Diego Lopez's of the world, Carlos Praches of the world, Arman Tsarukyan of the world. Like, some of it falls on the fighters. A lot of it falls on the promotion. You know, the scouting of the UFC. Like, you need to have good fighters on the roster. You need to have less fighters on the roster.
Yeah.
You need to make the big fights, and also you need to promote these guys. You need to tell the stories of them. You need to get, you know, face-to-faces between the guys. Let us see their personality. Let us fall in love with them. Tell us why we should care about it. It's just kind of a tornado, in my opinion, of things that can be done on both sides.
Yeah, it's become an assembly line, right? Like, they become a media company and not a fight company, and so their motivation is to pump out content, right? The fights are not fights for them. The fights are content for them, content hours that are then delivered to their broadcast partners. There's a few solves, they're easy, but they will never be enacted because the content provides the monetary upside for them, and they'll never turn down additional money, even if long term it would potentially make them more money because people will care more about the fights. They can't afford to have that down period where there's less money to then get the bigger gain on the back end. But the easy solves are less fights, because if you have less fights, then you have less fighters, and you can focus in on the ones that you have, and there's more opportunity between fights to be able to promote the fighters and learn more about their personalities and do that. So less fights would create more opportunities to do some actual storytelling and not just get from week to week, right? The UFC social accounts could be telling stories about fighters that are fighting in 4 weeks from now, not just the fighters that are happening this week and with minimal, like, real investment in storytelling. So less fights. 2, stakes. You've said that perfectly. Why should I care if there's no stakes? When a guy wins a big fight now, we don't know what the fuck it's worth. Charles Oliveira just beat Max Holloway. What was that worth? Is he fighting Conor McGregor? Is he closer to a title shot? We have no concept of that. They have these rankings that they didn't have in the past, but I'm less and less clear on what's actually on the line every time somebody steps out there. So if it was a much more linear path and it was a lot clearer that if this guy wins this fight, he's fighting for the title, that would be more interesting. That fight now has more stakes. Movsar Evloev and Lerone Murphy are fighting for potential number one contendership. Are you confident that either of those guys gets a title shot? Do you think it's locked in, written in stone?
No, but it should be the number one contender.
It should be.
It should be sold as that. We are going to London. We are putting on for the guy coming off of a spinning back fist in his home country. The miracle. Tell his whole story, how we got here. Now he goes up against undefeated Movsar Evloev. 2 undefeated guys, 9-0 in the UFC. In this man's home country, Evloev coming in to enemy territory to get it done. You tell the whole story around it, and the winner has Alexander Volkanovski waiting on him for the belt. Get through this, and you get your title shot. Instead, it's like, hey, we'll see what happens with him.
Yeah.
Maybe if he gets a knockout.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We don't know, and it's hard to invest. I would care more about that fight if they actually put the stakes. So there's there's an oversaturation. There's too much. There's no stakes attached. And then as like a draft off those other two, they don't do storytelling anymore. Even when they do have the opportunity, they don't really do it. There are no promos. There's nothing like what you're talking about when it comes to Movsar Evloev and Lerone Murphy. You don't have to do this for every fight, but you should at least do it for the ones that are kind of going to matter long term, right? You should try to like at least have some kind of storytelling around that, and we can't even get that as the bare minimum. All these things I think could be solved by a reduction in the schedule, right? There'd be less fighters on the roster. You can focus in more. You can do some genuine storytelling. There's going to be more opportunities to have stakes because now you don't have 10 different fighters that just because they fought on Contender Series or are angling for a shot, but it will never happen because that would require a sacrifice of profits and fight hours that they can deliver to broadcast partners and potential monetization of that for long-term gain, which is like fans to care about the sport anymore. And they just have decided that they don't care about that. They don't care if you really like MMA that much anymore, because to the point this person made, the In the Cage product is as good as it's ever been as far as the fighters themselves, right? The matchups are not as good as they've ever been. I don't think that that's possible and to be accurate. But the average low-end UFC fighter is better than the average low-end UFC fighter from 10 years ago. They might be better than the average mid to high-end UFC fighter from 10 years ago. The best fighters right now, Arman Tsarukyan, Ilia Topuria, Islam Makhachev, these guys are fucking demons. Like, they are killers. They would mop up the guys of yesteryear. And it just doesn't translate because we don't know about them. We don't care about them.
We don't want to book him.
Yeah, we don't want to book him.
Pissing me off with what he's doing.
Are you fucking crazy? Like,
he's pissing me off, man.
They would kill for a guy like that back in the day.
You have guys like breaking the law and like you're still backing them. And then Arman Tsarukyan like backed out of a fight because of a back injury, and you're just like, fucking hate this guy.
Hate him.
He's building a massive following and star power and fans on his own time. Can't stand this dude. He's in the shit house. We're not booking him for a fight.
Yep.
Not happening.
Hey guys, it's Mitch from Perth here.
What's up, Mitch?
Shout out to your shout out, GC.
Shout out, brother.
GC,
I was
you've
about
always
to say
talked about how much you want to go to Australia.
God, I want to go.
What better time to come than coming to see your two of your favourite fighters, JDM and Carlos Prates, in the main event for the first ever Saturday night Australian card. Like, you think the crowds go off for Australian cards? That's been us at 6 in the morning. Imagine us on Saturday night. Get to experience the RAC Arena, the beautiful blue. Fucking, yeah, what better time to come
What better time?
than for this event? I know it's short notice, but fuck it. Yeah, love you all. Appreciate everything you do. And yeah, thanks. Bye.
Did he sell you?
Absolutely love you, brother. You don't have to sell me. You don't have to sell me. The RAC Arena, like he said, the famous blue, Perth. Perth is the furthest city in the world from
here,
where we are.
Yeah.
Dream. Stuff of dreams. If we can get Yahoo to pay for it, I'm there. That's all it comes down to. I'll go by myself. I don't care. It's just very, very expensive to get there from here. You say what better time? I will counter you with a better time.
Oh.
It gets cold here in the winter. It gets absolutely miserable here in the winter. Australian Open happens at the end of January. It's a beautiful summer in Melbourne. There's almost always a UFC pay-per-view going on at the same time. That is actually a better time for me to go. Rumors have been swirling that I'm going to go to the Australian Open in January next year. They book another Australian card right by it. They did it on back-to-back nights. Maybe I go to the semifinals of the Australian Open. I'm thinking that's the time to pounce. Paying to go all the way to Perth by myself and then flying back here doesn't sound as fun. Then a boys' trip to Australia. See a pay-per-view as well. No disrespect to my boy JDM. See a pay-per-view as well. That's what I'm thinking. Shout out to RSA Arena, though.
Yeah, his point about every time they'd go, it's freaking ass crack of dawn in the morning.
I hope it's lit up.
It must be. If you get that nighttime show, it's going to be nuts.
I hope it is lit up, and I hope JDM and Carlos Prates put on a war.
Yep.
That's all the voicemails.
Man, thank y'all for calling in. Good batch of voicemails this week. Good batch of voicemails. Yeah. I don't know. I don't mind
Keep
it.
them coming.
We do have a couple things here to go over.
All right, let's talk about
Arman Tsarukyan, speaking with Red Corner MMA, reveals UFC has given him a date, though I'm hearing we don't actually know what it is. Let's just listen to Arman. Speaking Russian, obviously, so you didn't feel like they treated you too badly, did you? Speaking about the UFC. No. I don't know why Dana speaks ill of me. But I have no problem with them or any behind-the-scenes issues. To be honest, I thought you would address Dana once again after such a win. Obviously, after the Hype FC win. But there's no point in addressing him because I don't negotiate with him. I'm in talks with Hunter. Dana doesn't negotiate the fights because he's in charge of matchmaking. Dana probably just approves everything related to fights. But the actual matchmakers, Sean Shelby, Hunter. So I've got nothing to say to Dana. I need to ask Hunter for a fight. We talked this morning, and he gave me a date for my next fight. All right, so it seems like Arman Tsarukyan, he's got a date. Does he have an opponent? Who knows?
It would make sense to try to book Charles, but then, like, again, we don't know the stakes, right? It seemed like Charles versus Max was what was on the line was Conor McGregor, BMF. But now, because of the way that Charles did it, I don't know if you go the Charles versus Conor route. Like, that feels like a little bit of a dicey proposition. Charles versus Max was like, guaranteed banger. Oh my God, BMF. And then if you try that again with Charles and Conor and Charles just takes him down again, I don't know if that's going to go over so well with the fans. Like, this Charles Oliveira win's gone over like the worst I've ever seen from a Charles Oliveira win. Maybe you do Charles versus Arman. Arman, who called out Charles after his win at Hype. And you do Conor versus Nate, Conor versus Max, one of those that it doesn't really matter if they won, lost, whatever. But I wonder what that date is.
Yeah, so that makes me think that it's not going to be Ilya, obviously, because he's booked for the White House card. So we'll see what's in store for Arman Tsarukyan. Andrew Feldman on Twitter, our good friend, the old A. Feld, he made a AI edit, I believe. Let's just go ahead and run it. PT yesterday when we were talking about the World Baseball Classic.
Can we get audio up?
Nah, it's got music, unfortunately.
Oh.
PT,
So what do we got?
as we're talking about the World Baseball Classic, started daydreaming.
Whoa, they got PT sleeping in the AI?
Sleeping. Mark McGuire joining the Irish baseball team for the World Baseball Classic. The Mac is back. The pipes are still looking good. I also love PT with the with the football.
Yeah, the
headset is fantastic stuff. Shout out to AFL. Shout out to PT. Shout out to World Baseball Classic. USA is through, baby. Appreciate the Italians.
Through as in finished?
Grazie. No, they're through to the quarterfinals.
Okay, cool.
So shout out to them. Shout out to you guys for the voicemails. Frankie, we got any super chats, brother?
Mark McGuire in the Irish
So good.
jersey.
Still got the fucking giant forearms.
John Silva representing Great needs explaining. Love from South Coast of England.
John Silva representing Great needs explaining. Love from South Coast of England.
Great? What did he represent?
Choose S7AR? I don't know what that means. Did I miss something? John Silva Great?
What could he have meant instead of great?
I have no idea.
Because it's clearly not great, right?
Yeah, it might have been a typo.
Clearly.
Yeah, maybe, was it Great Britain?
Did he?
I
How?
don't know.
I'm sure the chat will tell you.
Yeah, chat, scream at us.
Yeah, let us know what he's
scream at
talking
how we're
about.
casuals, bro. Juve Ball says, after my voicemail, do I just hang up? Yeah, go right on through to us. Oh, they're just saying as in Britain.
I found somebody's tweet. Why did John Silva rep UK last night? Okay, hype. His flag was the UK flag.
Oh, nice. Is
it possible that was just an error?
Yeah, I couldn't afford the $30 pay-per-view.
Who wins if they fight?
Nobody knows.
O'Malley versus Umar.
That's a really good fight, but I would probably side with Umar.
Yeah, I don't like that fight for O'Malley, but I like Piotr Jan versus Sean O'Malley. Like Umar is not the champion of the division, so I like the idea of Sean O'Malley still getting a title shot, and I like how he matches up with Piotr Jan. But Umar feels like a nightmare matchup for him.
Rick, please say the word cockroach.
Cockroach.
Earlier, they suspected you said cockroach.
Cockroach.
Oh, did I say cockroach?
Papa
Roach.
Papa Roach.
Is that not a thing? Cockroach?
La cucaracha, la cucaracha. No.
Cockroach.
Morales is cheaper than Ian, so he'll probably get it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the modern UFC, right?
Yeah, I guess that could be true.
Yeah, no, people say cockroach.
Cockroach.
Maybe that's a New York thing? I don't know, but people say cockroach.
And lastly, wasn't Angela Hill versus Lucendo a bigger age gap?
It may have been, but we were referring to
main events.
The biggest in main event history.
Yep.
Her against Yasmin Lucindo was 40 to 23. Yeah, bigger age gap. No, same one. 17 years.
Yeah, that's the same.
Yeah, actually, technically 16 years. So wrong on both accounts, though. Thank you for the super chat, though.
That was all of them.
That was all the super chats. All right. Thank y'all so much for the super chats. Thank y'all for the voicemails. Thank you for tuning in. Tomorrow, crack. You know where to find them. Same time, same place. And then we're back on Monday. Back, finally, it feels like, to our regular scheduled programming, at least for the next...
That's fucking bullshit.
Next couple weeks, we'll be off the Seattle Passover break. Who knows? You know where to find us. But yeah, that's going to do it for us. Watch the crack tomorrow. We'll see you on Monday. We're fucking out of here. Enjoy the weekend!
Fuck no, man. Fuck Connor.